thousands of years, humans have misunderstood them and feared them. Now, one bee in a turtleneck sweater is gonna change everything.
Stand back. These are winter boots.
Wait! Why does his life have any less value than yours?
This fall,
I gotta say something.
You like jazz?
You're talking to humans. You're flying outside the hive.
Barry B. Benson
So you see soda spilled on a sidewalk and you don't drink it?
is a little bee
He's not bothering anybody. Get out of here, you creep!
discovering a big secret.
How did this get here?
It's just honey, Barry.
This is stealing. Cute bee. Golden Blossom. Ray Liotta Private Select. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
You have a plan?
Yes, Plan B.
He's brave.
Where'd you get the honey? It's ours now.
He's bold.
This can't possibly work. Okay, Barry, pull the chute.
He's reaching new heights.
What happened?
I just tried to talk to these guys. Hi. Bee. Then there was a dustbuster, a toupee, a life raft exploded. Now one's bald, one's in a boat, and they're both unconscious.
Jerry Seinfeld, Renee Zellweger. DreamWorks B-Movie.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of any major corporation whatsoever.
Welcome to the Pope on Film. I am Bunny Williams, and with me is
Reverend Steve. I am the founder of the Church of Ed Wood. I am a manager-ish person at my local bookstore. I am a father of 5. I am bipolar. I have long hair. I am a nice guy, pretty much.
yes,
And,
you are.
I have a family of all girls, except for my young son Maxwell. Yeah. He says that we're bros. That's his new thing now, his new phrase that he loves saying over and over again. I guess he's realizing that it's an entire big family of women except for him and I, so. Yeah, so we're bros, right, Maxwell? Yeah, bros. Yeah, we're bros. Him and I, so that's good. We're bros.
Yeah, bros.
Yeah, we're bros. Hey, Bunny. Before we do anything else, is TiVo still a thing?
I believe so, yes.
We were watching a very old episode of The Simpsons, and pretty much the majority of the episode revolved around TiVo, and I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Seems like a long time ago.
Well, it's not as big a thing as it used to be, because now if you have cable and you get a box, and you have the DVR in the box.
Gotcha.
For recording shows. So you would have a TiVo if, for whatever reason, you didn't want to use the cable company's equipment, or maybe you had satellite or something like that. Because the TiVo is just a DVR.
Okay.
It is a brand name DVR. And we had, and I didn't want to mention it then. I wanted to mention it now. But last week we had another Pope on Film first.
Okay. Well, what was that?
In over 2 years, and what? This is 140 episodes now, so 139? I forget, I lose track.
This episode is 133.
133?
Yeah.
Okay. Last episode, first episode I was not stoned for.
Really? Oh, I guess because you were sick.
And actually, I'm still sick, but I'm getting high right now.
Nice.
But yes, and I'm really curious if anyone noticed.
I don't think anyone did, but I don't know. I don't know how big of a fan people are out there. I'd like to think that somewhere out there is just some crazy super fan who absolutely knew. But
I believe there is one super fan out there. He's most likely Vietnamese, and he would have known. I like to think that the rest of our fans are quietly forming splinter cells. You know, so each fan only knows 2 other fans.
gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
kind of like that. And they're forming a small Pope on film underground of sleeper agents until they get the Queen of Spades while playing solitaire, and then they'll take out Trump.
Yeah, then they'll know. Then they'll know. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
Something else that I've been meaning to mention, and I keep forgetting because it's like that unimportant, but still really kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So for a while now, for like the past 2 years, as we all became woke, I, like a lot of other people, have been watching a lot more news.
Yes.
And not having cable television, that means I usually get my news off of YouTube. You know, it's still MSN, it's still Fox, it's still CNN, you know, whoever. And then different commentaries and things I like, you know, like Young Turk, stuff like that, opinion stuff. Now, of course, these are not usually put out by CNN or MSNBC or anything like that. It's somebody out there who records them and then throws them up on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know how often this happens, but this happens. And in particular, when I'm watching CNN, I'll be watching CNN and they'll be going through the news and I'll be catching up with all the fucked up shit that's been going on. And then suddenly out of nowhere, there's a banjo riff.
What?
There's a fucking banjo riff just for a second and then it's gone.
Really?
And it'll just periodically come up throughout the episode, and I'm not even sure yet if it's coming up at random intervals or if it's regular intervals for some reason. A banjo riff, you know, or is it the kid from Deliverance all grown up, and every time they say something he disagrees with, it's banjo riff?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but it makes it a lot more entertaining. It's just like, fuck, that was just a banjo riff.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird.
But definitely one of those things that, like, after it happens, it's immediately out of your head because it's just that inconsequential to anything.
Yeah.
But you needed to know.
Thanks. Thank you for letting me know. Also, before we go any further with our regular bits and pieces, I don't have the most notes I've ever written. I don't have the most preparation, and this isn't a massive amount of stuff on B movie.
Yeah.
But it's B movie. I'm not gonna bust my ass on B movie.
No. I would be
It's-
perfectly happy if we just settled up with it sucked and so does Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And it was so unrealistic. So
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah, it's like DreamWorks said, "Here's $150, Jerry. Make us a movie." And Jerry Seinfeld said, "Well, what do you want it to be about?" And then DreamWorks said, "We don't care as long as it looks like Pixar." And then he said, "What?" And then Jerry Seinfeld said, "Well, I've never made a movie, but I guess I'll try." And that's how B movie was made.
He made this movie?
He didn't freaking animate it, but he wrote it, he produced it, and he starred in it.
That's probably why I hated it so much.
He had his mitts all over this freaking movie. This was really, when you really think about it, as long as American Express commercials don't count, this was his first major project after Seinfeld.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, if you also don't count executive producing the show The Wedding Referee, or whatever that show was, I don't know, it's on my notes, but I don't want to look for it yet.
And going to get coffee with celebrities?
No, that was after B movie. That was after.
Well, that was after B movie, but like, can you really do a show like if you're Jerry Seinfeld? Can you really do a show like that and have any kind of real pride?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's a show like I would do.
Yeah.
Like, shit, we need another show here. We have no money. Let's get somebody and we'll go get coffee.
Yeah, and then
we'll just film it.
Yeah. So this
we could do okay. But here's what we could do. Okay? Take a poop at the Pope. Take a poop at the Pope. And
how about this?
And we'll get celebrities, okay? And they'll go into the bathroom with you.
Okay.
And one of you'll have to decide this amongst yourselves. One of you will have to poop.
Okay.
And we'll just film that.
Here's an idea. A spin-off of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. I was trying to think of not stand-up comedy, but what other world could we do this with? And that's when I came up with my idea. Musicians in bathrooms doing cocaine.
Yeah.
It's like we get someone to host, like, I don't know, like Sebastian Bach. Hey, welcome back. Today we're with the bassist for Slipknot. Hey, you got some coke? It's weird, but I think I wasn't trying, but I think that was a pretty decent Sebastian Bach impersonation.
I think that was a pretty damn good Sebastian Bach. I felt it.
I don't know if anyone has ever done a Sebastian Bach impersonation before. I'm trying not to look at my son right now. I am trying not to look at my son in the face because he's eating an orange wrong. He's eating an orange like an apple, and it's freaky and weird. I've never seen anyone do this before. It's weird. It goes against nature. There are pieces, Maxwell. Then you take off the pieces. It's weird.
That's why there are pieces.
You're eating it like it's a marshmallow. So odd. There are pieces. You break them up and then you eat the pieces.
I know. A whole piece.
Maxwell is thinking outside the box. He's going to be a CEO of some company.
Yes. The show I was thinking of that we could do, which would be good. Goths in the basement being weird.
Nice. That's another good one.
How about just goths in the basement being
Yeah.
Because they're already weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
it would all be
being.
like Linnea Quigley stuff from Return of the Living Dead. Just be like,
In the basement.
have you ever thought about the most horrible way to die? You know? And that would be it. Just Bloody Mary is real. You know, it's just all shit like that. It would be awesome.
Yeah. So this is episode 133 of the Pope on Film. Yeah, 133 episodes, and that's not including all of the special editions we've done, and all of the content that we put out. We create a lot of content here on the show. We make a lot of shit.
My lord, we create a lot of content. More than one item a day.
Yeah.
Is how it's working out.
So the list. So yes, this is episode 133, but oh my lord, we've made so much stuff. Ours is a rich tapestry of thoughts and ideas, and as a result of that, it is possible, however unlikely, that you, the listener, and I'm talking about you now, I'm breaking down the fourth wall, and I'm building a fifth and sixth wall.
Yes.
And I'm breaking those two down as well. It might be possible, however unlikely, that you, the listener, might not have heard the 132 episodes that have led to this important episode. So, as a public service to you, the listener, we really are sort of heroes here. We really are heroes. As a public service to you, the listener, we like to start off every episode with a little previously on.
Yes.
To sort of prepare you, get you ready for the episode. Just to let you know what happened in the last episode, because this show is highly serialized. Just think, Welcome to Night Vale and Serial have been fuck buddies. while that Richard Simmons podcast just watches off to the side. That's basically our show.
Yes.
It's highly detailed and serialized, and there are plots and characters and events which happen which just shake the podcast to its very foundation.
Yes.
As a result, we think that you, the listener, really needs to know what's happened on the show. So, without any further ado, with a little bit of ado, with a dollop of ado on the side. Previously,
is that sifted or packed?
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask my manager.
Okay.
But without any further ado, previously on the Pope on Film. Last week was another hilarious episode of the Pope on Film Late Night. We had guest Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory, and he told us about all the pranks they pull on set. The audience was in stitches with those amazing stories.
They're such scamps.
Yeah. We had gorgeous supermodel Alfonso. Whew. Boy, she got me hot under the collar, if you know what I'm saying.
But every time she says, "Ay," it's a real turn off for me.
You really? Yeah. You can kind of tell. You can kind of tell in the episode. And of course,
when she punches the jukebox and a song comes on.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
No matter how hot she is, it totally makes me lose my boner.
Yeah. And of course, this last week's musical guest, Fountains of Wayne. And they played a song from Fountains of Wayne. Wow, that was a great time. And of course, we had our regular weekly shenanigans. Stephen Bunny did the cinnamon challenge. Cough, cough, excuse me? And of course, we had our old friend Paul Jemko from the Cincinnati Zoo come by with some exotic animals. One landed on Bunny's head, and Bunny, you screamed. What was that you screamed? I forgot. What did you scream last week?
Crackerbox Palace.
Oh, yeah. People were just cracking up about that. And another visit by Chim Chum, the breakdancing monkey. Ha! The audience at home really loves it when Chim Cham, the breakdancing monkey, breaks into the set, and everybody has to have a dance party. Ha! Such silliness we have every week here on the show. And of course, because this is a talk show, we're talking about a lot of great Buttafuoco jokes.
Yes.
Only the best Buttafuoco jokes. And of course,
more Buttafuoco jokes than you will hear from any podcast in the last decade.
Yeah, without a doubt. And of course, some really good Judge Lance Ito impressions. Some great ones. We are really, we're really, current events here. We're current events.
Yes.
This week on the show, we've got Nathan Fillion talking about his exciting show Castle, which I've been told some people actually watch. And later, Tim Allen.
I never hear anybody talk about it, or once in a while it comes up as a joke somewhere.
Yeah. And then we're also going to be having Tim Allen. Tim Allen is going to be coming on to the show and saying racist shit that he will get away with because he's gay.
Yes.
And of course, this week, musical guests, Fountains of Wayne.
Is he still gay?
I believe he's still gay, yes. I don't know. We'll have to test him.
So is he going to go and do a complete Milo on us?
I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to test him. We'll have to give him a gay test to see if he truly is gay. Mm-hmm. So I have my doubts. But of course, musical guest Fountains of Wayne back with us tonight. Apparently, Fountains of Wayne don't have a lot to do, so it's Fountains of Wayne month. It's July. We've got Fountains of Wayne here in the studio. They're tuning up in Maxwell's room. It's a bit crowded in there, but
is that like a real group?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah, Fountains of Wayne. Did they sing Stacy's Mom, or am I thinking of a different band? God damn it! Now I have to Google Fountains of Wayne.
I don't like the image that Fountains of Wayne is putting in my head.
I was right. They sang Stacy's Mom Has Got It Going On. They sang that song. Yes. It's all about this kid who has like this girl that likes him named Stacy, but the kid has his eyes on Stacy's mom because Stacy's mom is attractive. Dude, Stacy will put out.
Oh yeah?
So maybe you should be focusing on Stacy, who's right there and willing, and not her 48-year-old mother.
Yes.
Maybe you've just been watching too much MILF porn. Mm-hmm. And your priorities are all out of whack. You should be focusing on reality and not fantasy. Unnamed narrator.
And that's Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne. Yes, they're going to be joining us later for a song.
And that's what he wants to give his girlfriend's mother.
Yeah.
Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah, Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the singer is Wayne, and he's trying to give Stacy's mom a fountain of Wayne.
That's how I would interpret it.
Gotcha. So, I'm gonna move into the living room now because I think Natasha is done using the blender. So, Bunny.
Yes.
Bunford and Sons, the Bun Smokers, Bunyonce. Yeah, that was a new one. I was really proud of that one. I want to start off this ultra rare foil embossed collector's edition of the Pope on Film. Which is weird that I want to start it off. We've already been here for about 20 minutes. But anyway, I want to start off this episode by talking about my super fun brand new pastime.
Okay.
I have a brand new pastime, and it could soon come and bite me in the ass.
Oh, awesome.
Very excited about that. So anyway, my brand new pastime has to do with social media, and specifically, it has to deal with the way that social media companies police their content.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to talk specifically about 4 major social media sites and how they deal with negative and possibly dangerous content. You know, like something bad, something offensive, something promoting violence and hatred, yada yada yada, that sort of spiel.
Yeah.
So that's what. So negative and possibly dangerous content. 4 companies. 4 sites. We're going to be talking about what I think to be, 4 very big social media sites: Google Plus,
Okay.
Twitter,
Uh-huh.
the Facebooks, and of course, freaking Instagram. So, 4 different sites and 4 different ways that they handle negative content on their sites. First up, Google Plus. Do you know how Google Plus deals with dangerous and malicious content on their site, Buntalica?
I do not know. I never got the hang of Google Plus.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because actually, no one knows how Google Plus deals with bad stuff because no one fucking uses Google Plus. But
And look, let's just stop there and make this statement as strong as we can.
yeah,
Okay?
Yeah.
I spam our shit everywhere I fucking can. Okay?
Yeah.
If Facebook wasn't giving me shit. Oh, they finally sent me a message like yesterday that they received my message from May.
Jesus.
Yeah, about not being able to get to the Pope on Film page.
Yeah.
Just got a notification from them. I was posting our shit there. I posted to SoundCloud. I posted to my YouTube page, and I posted to the Pope on Film page. And then I haven't been doing it lately, but I've also been posting them to Dailymotion and Vimeo.
Nice.
But they both get to be a little bit of a pain in the ass over things.
Yeah.
So with that said, I think that makes a loud statement for the fact, along with I whore myself on Facebook and I whore myself on Twitter on both my account and the Pope on Film account. Doesn't that say something that I don't use Google Plus?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's like, oh no, fuck that.
Yeah. So no one knows how Google Plus deals with dangerous, malicious content on their site because no one fucking uses Google Plus. But if I ever meet someone who does use Google Plus, I will try and ask them if they know how Google Plus deals with dangerous and malicious content. But it might be difficult for me to remember. Yeah. Because if I do find someone who uses Google Plus, then that person will no doubt also be hanging out with Bigfoot, with Nicole Brown Simpson's Real Killers, and with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Asian woman. So hopefully I'll remember to ask. I might be distracted.
Right, because as soon as they realize that they let it slip that they use Google Plus, they start to run because they know the next thing is you're going to bring out the trank gun.
Yeah, you're gonna get stoned to death
while somebody else takes blurry out of focus pictures.
Yeah. So that's Google Plus. Next up is Twitter. How does Twitter deal with dangerous and malicious content on their site? Easy. They just don't. They don't do a goddamn thing. Essentially, Twitter is a fucking war zone where, if you were so inclined, you could easily connect at any time with ISIS or the KKK. or David Hasselhoff. And those are three dangerous groups right there. KKK, ISIS, David Hasselhoff. Three dangerous groups that are threatening the safety of our nation. I labeled David Hasselhoff right up there with ISIS, just to be clear. No. No, it's not a war zone. It's the Wild West.
Just a small aside on David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
Have you heard the kind of behind the scenes David Hasselhoff is huge in Germany thing?
Oh yeah. He's released a number of albums there that would never be released in America.
But when you hear the story, it's like it's such a cheap, opportunistic plot, man. Like the Berlin Wall was coming down; it had fucking nothing to do with him.
Oh yeah.
But he did a quick impromptu song, and that won their hearts for about a year.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and now he's still in like Europe, trying to play that up. Yeah. So Twatter is the Wild West. It's a saloon in the Wild West. You know, like a typical saloon in the Wild West. It's exciting. It's fun. It's dangerous. You can make a name for yourself or get shot. That's Twitter, but very little policing its users and the dangerous content they may or may not be creating. So that's Twitter. Next is Facebook.
So
now,
and Twitter, Twitter, I don't have any friends on Twitter.
Yep.
I do, but I ignore them. I mean, you're probably my friend on Twitter. A lot of people I know probably my. I don't do jack shit on Twitter except for post our ads and send nasty messages to Donald Trump. I cannot believe. When is it my time, Donald?
Yeah.
Don't tell me I haven't been asking to be blocked.
Yeah. I've been focusing on Mike Pence now, too.
I send him weird little messages that I'm really enjoying, where I'm like, TikTok, Donnie. TikTok.
It's
coming soon. You think Jeff Sessions is going to keep his mouth shut now?
Yeah. The other day I found
the orange jumpsuit is going to match your skin.
I recently found some random Republican congresswoman, her Twitter account, and I'm not even sure who she is, but she's a Republican congresswoman, so I tweeted her asking her if Donald Trump had grabbed her by the pussy yet.
Yeah.
So I was vaguely proud of that. Like I have no idea who she is, but she's a female congresswoman, so a Republican female congresswoman, so I think I made my point.
Yeah.
She may have blocked me. Up next is Facebook. Now, Facebook has gotten a ton of flack for not doing enough to stop dangerous and malicious content on their site, and they have promised to change, and they've promised to make sweeping changes, and yada, yada, yada. However, nothing so far has really changed. It's still basically the same. Facebook says, oh, so you found a post to be offensive.
Yeah.
Or disturbing. Thank you for bringing it up, loyal Facebook user. We shall call the fellowship together.
Yes.
And we shall all peruse the malicious post. And then do nothing.
Yes.
Hell, we won't even remove the freaking post. We don't give a fuck. We are Facebook.
Yeah.
So that's Facebook. That's how Facebook deals with it. Okay, but Instagram.
I have a hard time even counting that, and all I'm doing is advertising there and very little. I can't see how that counts as social networking. It's just pictures.
Yeah. Well, Instagram is the best. This is what you do. You report a picture, and they pretty much immediately remove it. And they have a computerized system now that so if you report something, it doesn't get sent to like a group of people, and those people decide if it's malicious. They have a computerized system now that can somehow tell if the image is bad or offensive or whatever. It's not a person; it's an algorithm, and your report is totally anonymous. In fact, I believe that Instagram almost immediately forgets that you're the one that reported them right afterwards.
Yeah.
And that brings us to my latest fun pastime that I've been doing lately. Anonymously reporting white pride images on Instagram.
Okay.
So this is what I've been spending a lot of my free time doing lately. I've been just searching fucked up white people shit on Instagram.
Okay.
So I just go to Instagram and I'm like, I'm bored. What do? I know. I'll search anti-Mexican.
Okay.
I'll search hashtag white pride. I'll be on like gun lover pages. I'll be searching even just hashtag redneck. And I just look for anything that could in any way be considered something offensive. Something about how dumb liberal snowflakes deserve to be shot. Boom, you just got reported.
Yeah.
But it's more than that too. I find one truly offensive image that's like pro-Trump, anti-immigrant, anti-gay, the type of meme that's usually shared by only like a true asshole,
Mm-hmm.
So boom, I've found my mark. I've found my white privilege asshole in his bubble, the type of person who would never be my friend. So then I go to that person's Instagram page, to that guy's Instagram page, because it's almost always a guy, and I look for anything in his feed that could in any way be offensive and report it, and report that, and report that, and report that one. And I do it for one reason. I am ruining one person's day.
Nice.
And that makes me feel so good, To know that somewhere in like Louisiana or Arkansas, somewhere, there's a group of drunken 20-something rednecks that done be mud daubing down by the creek. Or whatever it is that racist young rednecks do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this guy's like drinking Budweiser because they changed the name to America during the summer. And this man wants to get patriotically faded, So he's drinking and he's mud daubing and he's vaping. And suddenly, oh, what's that? Oh, hold on. Let me grab my phone. Oh, dang. I got a notification. Looks like someone reported one of my pictures. I don't even know what picture is that. It doesn't even tell me what picture it is that got reported. Oh, crap. There's a second one. Oh, no, there's a third one. Oh, crap. That's 4 pictures. What the hell's going on here? And like, I'm so happy to think that like I'm enraging someone out there. That somewhere out there is a racist redneck that I have royally pissed off. That makes me feel so happy.
Someone's taking my freedom of speech.
Yeah. Probably some liberal snowflake. So when I'm searching all of this negative shit, I go, okay, now pretend you're a liberal snowflake.
Yes.
So what could offend you? And so it's a lot of fun. What Instagram considers to be offensive is a lot stricter than what like Facebook does.
Really?
So like anything that promotes guns or gun violence can be considered, a malicious content that can block someone and stuff like. Oh, it's been a lot of fun for me. I'm having a lot of fun reporting people on Instagram. Now there is one teeny tiny itsy bitsy little whittle way that all of this may come back to bite me in the ass. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, in an undisclosed location, somewhere in parts unknown, there is a massive underground collection of data servers with the express purpose of collecting everything you ever do on the internet.
Yes.
So I look up some TV show on Google, and then like a month later, Facebook hitting me with ads for another TV show on the same network as what that TV show was on. And I still get ads in Spanish, and that pisses me the hell off.
Yeah.
Because it's obvious that somewhere my name is just Esteban. So I'm getting all this shit. So wherever that data server is, I think
the fact that you're, because that would come off of your profile, even if it's only an administrator copy where you can have extra fields, you know. So in there it says Mexican, and that information is too important to lose.
Yeah.
Like,
so anyway,
like no matter how many non-Mexican things you could search for or like or share or anything like that, that one is carved in stone.
Yeah. So
Racist
what I'm
pigs.
thinking. So what I'm thinking is wherever this data server is, it's on the fritz, and it's all my fault. Because the data server is going, okay, this is Esteban. He is Mexican. He has a large family. He likes the Three Caballeros and Saludos Amigos. He listens to a lot of Perez Prado and Tito Puente music. He also searched white power on Instagram. Really likes to spend a lot of time searching for anti-Mexican stuff. Error. So I'm worried that like a month or two from now, I'm going to be like on YouTube watching I don't know, Stephen Colbert clips, and then it's going to give me an ad. Do you need to put up a fence in your yard to keep away the coloreds? I'm going to be like, shit, I shouldn't have spent all that time on Instagram searching that crap. Two things I know to be true. Number one, I hate pain when I calf.
Yes.
And number two, I hate that the Mexicans are getting all uppity. It's like, damn it. You're going to be getting all these ads that are just Muslims, you know? Like, shit. I should not have spent all that time doing that. Damn it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's really fun to spend time on Instagram ruining people's day. I really, really recommend it. It's very recommended by me, Steve.
For Instagram, I just I found a scheduler program so I could do it off of my laptop.
Yep.
You know, because these are not things that I could just take a picture of and send. You know.
Yeah.
So I found a scheduler that'll take updates and put them on when I specify. So like I don't even go to the Instagram page very often.
Yep.
But the advertising still goes out for like 300 people to see.
Nice. So, My Chemical Bunmance.
Yes.
It is time once again for another one of Steve's Unpopular Opinions.
Okay.
And this week, I am peeling back the curtain and revealing a dark and twisted secret.
Dun, dun, dun.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, he was ready for that. So, Logan, the 2017 James Mangold smash hit blockbuster.
Yes.
That serves as a final swan song for Hugh Jackman, who, reports say, was euthanized immediately after finishing the Wolverine series. Very sad.
Was he euthanized or was he neutered?
I believe he was neutered and then euthanized.
Ah, okay.
He was neutered to make the euthanization easier.
Ah.
Anyway, we own the film. We have a copy of the film. We own the film.
Mm-hmm.
We have Logan. We own it. And, wow. amazing.
Yeah,
And
it looked really good.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Those are 3 things I'm supposed to say, but I won't because I haven't bothered to fucking see it. And I know that this is an unpopular opinion, probably my most unpopular opinion, but I want my comic book movies to be fun and funny and entertaining and not a sad fucking artistic drama. I know this is a very, very minority opinion, but I want my Wolverine to be making jokes as he slices ninjas and smokes a cigar and walks away from an explosion in slow motion, all badass-like.
Yeah.
But, like, I've read all the comic books. I've seen him do the lone wolf and cub routine.
Mm-hmm.
I've read Old Man Wolverine. I've read him die. I've been there, done that. So watching an old, weaker, sad Wolverine do his lone wolf and cub routine with a young girl who he no doubts dies protecting, that just sounds like a sad art film with a bummer ending. That's full honesty right there.
Yeah, but the trail, I haven't seen it yet either, though.
Okay.
But first, I haven't been collecting comics. I've been, brushing up on my comic books through videos. So I did know something about the Old Man Logan storyline from that. But when the trailer came out, it just looked so fucking good. And especially since everything X has sucked so bad.
Yeah.
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 So to see Wolverine, to like finally see fucking Wolverine,
Yeah.
And the Western setting really works for Wolverine a lot. It just makes a lot of sense for his character. And then they kind of do a bit of the same thing where they throw in some mutants. I don't even know who the fuck they are, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, it ties into that other movie I didn't care about. Great. Now we've just squared it.
Driving Miss Daisy? Is that what you're talking about?
Driving Miss Daisy? Yes.
Yeah, is that okay? That's what I thought.
Right, because then Morgan Freeman would be in the Hugh Jackman role.
Yeah.
And Professor X would be Jessica Tandy.
Yeah. I'm supposed to drive you to the stove.
I didn't touch your tuna.
So, I don't know. Like, I own the movie. We have the movie, but I don't think anyone in the house has actually seen the fucking movie. It's I don't know. Like, I don't want to be sad right now. Especially in 2017. I just don't want to be sad.
But see, now, even with these different opinions, you already know that if I watch it and I don't like it, I am damn well going to say it.
Yeah.
The first words out of my mouth is like, so Wolverine. They fucking got me again. They got me again. They made me watch one of these shitty fucking movies.
Yeah. But it just seems like a bummer, and I bet it's a very pretty bummer, but I don't know, it just seems like a bummer. And also, full disclosure, take that entire conversation that we just had and replace Logan with Rogue One, because I haven't finished all of that.
Not a fan, man. This new Star Wars is just not getting me.
It's just like when they announced Rogue One, I said, but wait a second, you're going to like create this like team of 12 people who got the plans for the Death Star, but where were they throughout all of Star Wars? Oh shit, they're all going to die, aren't they? They're all going to die. They're all going to die getting the Death Star plans to Princess Leia. Oh, this is just going to be a bummer. This is just going to be a boring art film by the guy who just did Godzilla. You know what? I'm not into that much. And then, like, the movie came out, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then Bella went to go see it, which was weird, because Bella. So anyway, so she came home and I'm like, so Bella, you went to go see Rogue One? Yes, and it was so. And I'm like, stop right there. I already know what happens. It's a bummer, isn't it? It's just so sad. And I'm like, okay, you just cemented in me the reason why I don't want to see the movie. Star Wars is supposed to be swashbuckling. In my mind, Star Wars is swashbuckling and fun and funny. Not a fucking bummer. You were very sad because of the movie. Which is weird. It's weird that you saw Rogue One. Like, I don't think you've seen any of the freaking Star Wars movies. Nope. And I've been trying so hard to get you and Maxwell to watch the Star Wars movies, but it's difficult to...
I watched some of them with you, actually.
It's difficult to sit you guys down and make you guys watch a movie. You'll watch YouTube for 3.5 hours,
I'll watch it on
but you
YouTube
won't
then.
sit down and watch a movie. So, yeah, I have not seen any of the new Star Wars movies in theaters.
And they're also, like, in both movies so far, they've all been so minge-faced. Just all been, like, angst-ridden. Like almost everybody in both of these movies. And it's like, that's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars is calling somebody a nerf herder, which made us all laugh hysterically.
Yeah, the thing that upsets me about these Star Wars movies, especially Star Wars Episode 7, is just the original Star Wars was a good film independently.
Yeah.
And even Empire Strikes Back ended on like a cliffhanger, but it was still a good independent film, independent from all of the other movies in the series. You can just watch Empire Strikes Back. You can just watch Star Wars. But when you go and see The Force Awakens, they know that they are going to be making 30 movies beyond this point. Mm-hmm. So the entire film had a very concentrated effort to not answer any questions.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's keep this vague. We like, here, let's build up stuff that we won't answer for 3 other movies.
And there are characters that are thrown in for fan service for people like, I don't want to have watched the Clone fucking Wars to see a movie. You know?
Yeah.
I don't mind if we're calling back to another movie. That's fine. That's how movies work. Don't call back to an animated TV show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yes.
But I want to see Logan. I want to find out why Wolverine has scars on his back.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't be scarred. He's got the healing factor.
Right. So anyway, that's my unpopular opinion. I haven't seen Logan. I haven't seen Rogue One. I see that Rogue One is now on Netflix. And it's like, maybe Netflix. Maybe.
Well, just to tag my unpopular opinion, just to tag off here.
Mm-hmm.
For me, everything that Star Wars was, Guardians of the Galaxy is now.
Yes.
So fuck them.
Yes. I can agree with that. And let me tell you something else.
It's wild adventure. It's humor. It's fully actuated characters.
Yeah.
You know who these people are, just like you knew who everybody was in the original trilogy.
Yeah. And let me tell you something that weirds me out, something that bothers me, something that I kind of don't like. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out Part 2 is coming out to own in 3 weeks.
Yes.
It's going to be available to download in 3 weeks, and then I think a month from now is when it comes out on DVD. Uh-huh. When Ed Wood came out, this was 1994. In 1994, in the 90s, this is how it worked. The movie came out. You had to wait a year for it to come out on VHS. A year.
Yes.
For it to come out on VHS. Maybe even longer, but most of the time it was exactly a year. And then, for the first year, you could only purchase it to rent in your video store. A normal person couldn't buy it. You had to wait another year to purchase it. So when Ed Wood came out, I immediately rented it the day it was available, and then I set up a camcorder in my room and recorded the TV playing Ed Wood.
Yeah.
So I could have my own bootleg copy of Ed Wood. And then my mom came in and started watching Ed Wood, and there's one specific part while they're filming Bride of the Monster that my mom sneezed during.
Yeah.
So to this day, when I watch Ed Wood, there's a part where I expect to sneeze. It's weird. I watched my version a lot, is what I'm saying. It was a good bootleg.
Nice.
You don't have to worry that much about the quality when it's a black and white film. You know?
Yeah.
You're not to worry about the color and the tint and whatever. Anyway, I am really weirded out that Guardians of the Galaxy came out 3 months ago.
Yeah.
No, it came out in May, and we're in July, and we're talking about how the movie's about to come out. I'm really weirded out by that. I will never get
and
used
it's
to
kind
that.
of unusual. I don't know why they wouldn't wait for Christmas on that. That's going to be a big seller. The last one was.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's just weird. I'm weirded out by this. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it.
And I shot you a message about this a while ago. I was really kind of high, but I still think it's valid.
Okay.
Because as far as I know, because I don't follow things like this really, I just get what catches my interest.
Okay.
I don't know what's supposed to be going on after Thanos.
Yeah.
But here's what I think should go on.
Okay.
And I have some hints that somebody there has at least thought of this. You flip it to one of the other Marvel universes.
Now that's a good idea.
You put Peter Parker in the center. Because if I'm not mistaken, Peter Parker in one of the other universes is basically Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He has his own huge company and he invents tech things and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now in the comic books.
Yeah. And because we've got so many of the people that we have come to love who want out of the franchises now. Chris Evans, pretty much all of them. Chris Evans, Robert Downey, Thor, whatever the fuck his name is, and others that want to get out of the franchise. So if you switch universes, you can justify why Iron Man looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
can justify why Captain America looks different.
I just want to say that I'm really proud of you for calling him simply Robert Downey.
Yeah.
For reasons we will get into after the break.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of you for just calling him Robert Downey. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I was actually having a hard time remembering his name at all. So once I got Robert Downey, I was like, fuck the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you there.
That
is a good idea.
So just restart the universe.
Yeah.
Anybody want to stay on? You can work. And then if Robert Downey goes back to the meth, and he's hard up for cash, you can always open a portal and he can come in for a cameo in one of the movies here or there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It still leaves room to see the original characters.
Yeah, I was really happy with the new Spider-Man film that Donald Glover, who was the center of a campaign to to get Sony to have a black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Sony said, no, Spider-Man is white. There is no black Spider-Man. To which Marvel said, oh, yeah? Fuck you. We're going to make a fucking black Spider-Man. So they made Miles Morales solely because it's like, okay, if people want a black Spider-Man, we're going to make a black Spider-Man. So they made Miles Morales, and then people were begging Donald Glover to do a Miles Morales movie, and then that never came into fruition. So when I heard that Donald Glover was going to be playing a part in the Spider-Man movie, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was some sort of tie to that, or if he was secretly playing Miles Morales or something like that. But then I'm thinking, oh, wait a second, he's like 29. 28, 30 years old now. He can't be playing like a 16-year-old who gets bitten by a spider. So, in the new Spider-Man movie, Donald Glover plays a criminal named Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Morales, who in the comic books is a former supervillain who is Miles Morales' uncle.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Aaron. And so Uncle Aaron finds out that his nephew is Spider-Man and starts using him. It's like, hey, do you want me to go and tell your mom and dad who you are? Then you're going to do what I say. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to help you fight crime because I know where all the bad guys are and we're going to stop them. He's actually just clearing up the crime in New York so that he can be the only criminal in New York.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and just using his nephew. But anyway, yeah, he's Uncle Aaron, the criminal from Miles Morales' Spider-Man universe world. He even says in the Spider-Man movie, "Man, you're young. I have a nephew your age."
Yeah.
So that's setting up the possibility of a black Spider-Man, and that's huge for me. You know?
Yeah. I had a much easier time seeing him as Spider-Man than I do seeing him as Lando Calrissian, though.
Oh, I'm so excited for him.
I don't know. I think probably because I know him from doing that one stand-up special and then Community. That, no offense if you're listening, his face just looks funny to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look at his face, I'm expecting to laugh. You know?
Yeah, if you heard his latest album, you might be more understanding of him as Lando Calrissian.
Because Billy D. Williams was fucking smooth.
Yeah. That's
do you have any idea how smooth Billy D. Williams was back in the day?
What was he?
He was so smooth.
45, or was he?
He also did the Colt 45. Yeah, he did a lot of other movies. Besides Star Wars, he did Nighthawk with Sylvester Stallone. A lot of other shit. I can't think of everything. Batman, of course. You know. But he was so smooth, white people liked him.
Yeah. Yeah. But
that is fucking smooth. I don't think Donald Glover's that smooth, man.
But Childish Gambino's last album is one of the best R&B albums of all time. It is amazing. He's an amazing singer. And when you hear that, when you hear his latest album, then you can go, okay, maybe I can see him as Lando, because that's a smooth-ass album.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Billy D. Williams level of smoothness in that last album of his. It's fucking amazing, and everyone should have it and listen to it all the time. It's fucking incredible.
I think everybody wanted to fuck Billy D. Williams. Honey, did you want to fuck Billy D? She's putting her hand up.
My hand's up.
Nice. My hand's up. My hand's up, too. Out of respect. He was in Batman.
Yeah.
I'd take a shot in the mouth.
I might not admit it, But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Bunny, we still have a lot to talk about. So much to talk about. We have to talk about Drunken Fish.
Yes.
We have to talk about at length about Robert Downey. We are going to be talking about Russian collusion.
Okay.
We are going to be talking about Scientology, so much on Scientology.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Robbie Benson. We're going to be talking about the show Seinfeld. We have a lot to talk about, but before we do any of that, maybe we should take a break. I'm thinking maybe we should take a break. Maybe we shouldn't take a break. I'm not sure. Should we take a break? Should we take a break?
Maybe we should take a break.
Maybe we should take a... You know what? I'm going to go with your sound judgment on this. We should, in fact, take a break. We will be right back with more of the Pope on Film after these commercial messages. Do 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 do. Skip skip scop scoop diddly a doo. Bella's looking for her jar. Do 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 do. I have no idea where it is.
The only difference between Bob and Madman is that Bob is not mad.
Forrest Gump.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
When this dead hand moves, the monster created by a man they called Mad is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Elizabeth!
To prey upon the innocence of children. This is the story you've heard about, talked about. The spine-tingling, blood-chilling story that stuns your emotions. Frankenstein.
Don't touch that!
We're back with more of the Pope on Film. Well then, Buns and Roses. I'm going with like a musical thing this week, just in case you couldn't tell.
Okay, sorry, I was distracted.
Okay, fine. Well then, Buns and Roses, let's talk about books. You see, people always say, hey, Steve, is it you who has been setting fire to all of those orphanages? And my answer to that is, of course, you can't prove anything, you pig. Because I burned off my fingerprints a long time ago, so there's nothing to tie me to the scene.
Yes.
People also say, hey, write what you know. And what I know is that I have been a loyal employee, allegedly, at my local bookstore for almost 17 years now.
Yes.
17 years!
Which part's alleged, the loyalty or the employee part?
Both. In fact, I'm gesturing to all of me. I'm just all allegedly. Whatever you can say about me. No, it's just just yeah.
All right, cool.
We're married. Allegedly. I'm a good father. Allegedly. It's all no. It's all alleged. If my work history were a person, that I would be starting to freak out about prom and complaining that my parents don't understand me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And as such, I really do have my brittle skeleton-like fingers on the pulse of the book world, and I am here to rub my skeleton fingers all over you, you fuzzy little man-peach. With this week's unforgettably forgettable episode of Notes from the Bookstore. And the last time that we were here for Notes from the Bookstore, we eschewed convention.
Yes.
We got convention, and we eschewed it. We said, hey, look at this convention. Eschew. We eschewed it. Eschew. That's me eschewing convention, honey. Yes. Eschew. And then we what we did last time, we finished some classic book titles that left us hanging, like Are You There? God, It's Me, Margaret, and I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. Well, this week on Notes from the Bookstore, we are once again getting our already well-worn, tried-and-true format and throwing it out of a moving vehicle at high speeds. So tuck and roll, format, because we are once again boot-scoot boogieing into unknown territory. I would like, if I may, take you on a strange journey.
Uh-huh.
The year was 2000. Wow, 2000. 2000.
Yeah.
Man, it was so long ago. In fact, it was 17 years ago. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. A lot of things happened in the year 2000. Let's talk about some of the things that happened in the year 2000.
Yes.
In the year 2000, there was a year-wide sale. There was a sale, and it happened all year. It was a big sale, and everybody was taking advantage of it. In the year 2000, you could save 50 to 75%, even 90% off all Y2K merchandise.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
Uh-huh.
Have you been eyeing that Y2K preparation survival bucket? Now's your time to get it.
Yeah.
Because it's 80% off at your local Target.
I wish I had a 6-pack of Billy beer.
Yeah.
You know, so why not?
Yeah.
Stock up. The future will come one day.
Yeah. In the year 2000, police found cocaine and Valium in Robert Downey Jr.'s hotel room, a scandal he never recovered from.
Yes.
Robert Downey who? People now say.
Yeah.
And if I may do something that I love doing, and that's getting anything I'm talking about and turning it to lucha libre. When does he get to just be Robert Downey?
Yeah.
Because Rey Mysterio was, for a very long time, Rey Mysterio Jr., because he was the son of the legendary Rey Mysterio, who came first before him. That was Rey Mysterio Jr.'s father, and so he was Rey Mysterio. And he worked really hard, worked insanely hard, and made a name for himself. And then by the time he, was WWE champion and main eventing WrestleMania, then he was, Rey Mysterio. And he is now just Rey Mysterio. He lost the junior. He earned this name. It's less about, like, I was talking to Natasha about this, and Natasha said, well, is Robert Downey Jr.'s dad dead? And I said, it's not really about whether or not the father is alive or not. It's about becoming so famous that you aren't a junior anymore.
But does possibly Robert Downey Jr. have to beat his dad in a steel cage match?
No, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That is very much a possibility. But it's just what I'm saying is, who is Robert Downey Sr. that we're still calling Robert Downey Jr.? Isn't he famous enough that we can just say Robert Downey? It's not like people are saying, oh, which one?
Yeah.
You know?
It's also one of those things. Robert Downey Jr. is one of those people where we know he's Robert Downey Jr. and we know his dad is famous and we don't know why.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't know who Robert Downey Sr. is.
No. I think I've seen his name in this or that once. I don't know who the hell he is. And I was just thinking about him. I can't think of who he is now. John Ritter.
Yes.
Not a junior, but it's like,
yeah.
Who the fuck's is Tex Ritter? Okay, he was some singing cowboy guy. Oh, great. Who cares?
Yeah. Oklahomans, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's time. It's time for Robert Downey Jr. to just become Robert Downey. I think he's earned it. I think he has earned it now. In the year 2000, and this is a true story, in the year 2000, the executives of Blockbuster Video sat atop their massive office tower in a meeting.
Yeah.
They're talking business. Figures, numbers, business. Well, gang, sales are up. New membership rates are up. It's up for us here at Blockbuster Video. Well, if there's no other news, I guess we can wrap up this meeting. Oh, wait, there is one tiny bit of news. We have a chance to purchase some brand new startup business called, what's the name? Where the hell's that name? Oh, here it is. Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Should we purchase this Netflix? Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. We don't need it. We're Blockbuster Video. We are going to be on top forever. In retrospect, that might not have been the best idea.
And how did they fuck it up? Because there was a short period where I had Netflix and Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't afford them both.
Yeah.
And Blockbuster was fucking far superior.
Yeah. I heard that many times.
Because you would have, like, you didn't pay for membership at Blockbuster anymore. You know, they just took your license and information and shit.
Yeah.
You know, not like when video started and you paid like $100 for a video club membership. You know?
Yeah.
So that doesn't cost you anything. So you had your regular subscription fee to the online service, which they were doing the same the DVD distribution that Netflix was doing at the time. Nobody was streaming yet.
Yeah.
So you would get your movies, and that was like exactly like Netflix. Okay?
Yeah.
Except everyone that you return to a Blockbuster store, you would get a free rental.
Yeah.
So, you know, you would get like 3 movies come to you on DVD through the service. Then you would run down to Blockbuster, drop them off there, and take 3 movies off the shelf for free.
Yeah, that sounds freaking wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where they fucked up, but I missed that. That's really an impossible thing to try and explain to like a Maxwell, you know, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they finally pissed me off and they went out of business. I'm not sure how those two are connected, but that's when I found out that Blockbuster Video, they were editing their fucking movies.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And that pissed me off so much.
Yeah.
In particular, when Martyrs had come out. Remember Martyrs?
Yes.
Have you seen Martyrs?
Yes. I know of it.
And Martyrs is a hard-edge fucking movie.
Yes.
With a hard-edge point, you know?
Yeah.
like it's really trying to say something. It's just that what they're saying is really fucked up. You know?
Oh yeah, I remember Martyrs. Yeah, it's got that weird twist, and there's like a cult, and they're trying to figure out like the secrets to.
Yeah. And everybody in the potosphere, you know, they were all talking about this movie, and it was highly controversial. Some people didn't like it because it was gory as hell, you know, and it was very violent, and a lot of people didn't like it about that. And then other people were very much into. But did you see why they were doing it all?
Yeah,
you know, there was a reason.
Yeah, there was a reason for it. Yeah.
So I rented from Blockbuster, and I watch it, and I'm like, this movie's a piece of fucking shit. Have I gotten stupid? I have no idea what's going on in this movie. This is nothing like anything I've heard anybody talk about.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then I really realized what was happening when I decided to rent a Serbian film from Blockbuster, and it ended up being a 12-minute movie about an actor. I rented Jackass the movie from Blockbuster, and it was a 20-minute film about good friends.
Yeah. And I rented it on. They still weren't streaming yet, but I rented it off of Netflix. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I got it now. Now I know what everybody's talking about."
Yeah. There's a movie that I need to track down, and it's a documentary about Netflix that Netflix will never show.
Yeah.
And in order to celebrate like some sort of like the birth of Netflix streaming, they decided to have this contest to see who could stay up the longest. And they were trying to have people stay up through all of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday watching Netflix. Right? And they set up this like fake living room on like a sidewalk in some big city, let's say New York or something, and they got some stand-up comedian to host it, and he said, "Yeah, I'll stay up all night. This is going to be fun." And it's a documentary about him slowly going fucking insane trying to stay up 3 days in a row. And of course it's yeah. And it's like by the end of the documentary, he's like naked on the street, like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like Netflix almost killed this man.
I
always heard about it.
That sounds like fun. It sounds like fun. If we can ever track it down, we definitely should. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, it's like 11:59 on Saturday night, and you're like, okay, doing good. One more day. We got two down. 2/3 of this is over. One last third. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it through the whole Netflix challenge. Oh, fucking Sling Blade.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, this is gonna suck.
Like, that's a good movie, but I'm not gonna stay awake through that shit.
Yeah.
I need shit to explode and blood to squirt to get through this next 24 hours.
Yeah. So in the year 2000, one of the biggest stories of the year was the fact that wedding bells were ringing for lovebirds Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie. Theirs was a love to last a lifetime.
Yes, it was.
Also, in the year 2000, Richard Hatch won the first ever Survivor. Then he parlayed that success into his new current career as, hey, you remember that guy who won Survivor the first year? He was all like naked and shit, and then he won. And then you saw him like cameo on a bunch of like old shitty TV shows. Like I think he was in an episode of Ted Danson's Becker.
Yeah.
And then he went to jail for tax evasion. What the hell was that guy's name? oh crap, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was one of the ones who had returned for the season that I liked.
Yeah.
Where they had all of the returning winners.
Yeah.
Because that was awesome. Because everybody knew how to play the game, and it was just absolutely cutthroat.
Yeah.
Nobody trusted anybody, nor should anybody.
Yeah, I imagine that. Yeah, I imagine that would be the year you want to watch the freaking show.
Yeah. Other than that, I wasn't a huge Survivor fan. So,
yeah.
Yes, Richard Hatch.
Richard
and
Hatch.
Survivor in general, although I hear that shit's still on.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's weird.
My favorite memory, though, I'm going to switch gears. Amazing Race.
Oh, God, I love The Amazing Race.
I kind of liked
The Amazing Race.
I really liked the first season. The first season had the two. They had the gay couple. They were, I don't know, they were brown. I don't know if they were Mexican or Indian or anything like that. What they were was they were really, really gay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Gayness just hung all over them.
Yeah.
And they were so much fun.
I remember.
And they, okay, to be, not meaning to be derogatory, but I don't know how else to put it. They were total queens. They were just, just queens. And queens just have a certain way of living their lives. I don't think, and that's how they played the game. And the one point that just cracked me up is that they had to get from wherever to wherever, because that's just how the show worked.
Yeah. And
there was some kind of problem with that, and all of the teams were panicking, and they were like they're doing the interviews after, and they were like, well, we just went into this hotel over here and spoke to the concierge, and the concierge set up with flights and had a limousine come pick us up. It was like, that's genius.
Yeah.
I would have never have thought of that in a million years.
I remember one year, around the beginning, The Amazing Race, the whole thing ended in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, couple number one has arrived at the Sky Harbor International Airport. Now they need to get to the Bank One ballpark in downtown Phoenix. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to take this freeway. And I'm like, no, don't take that freeway. It sucks. You're going to get caught in traffic. No, use the streets. And then this couple is like, let's take this freeway. No, let's take the streets. Yes, they're going to beat the other couple. Like I always liked The Amazing Race, but that was the one year where I'm screaming at the TV.
Yeah.
No, don't go through there. The zoo is there. You're going to get stuck.
See, that was it. Just with that one move, they became my team. They were the ones I was rooting for. I was like, just for doing that, you totally deserve to win this whole game.
Yeah.
And I would just root them on. They were great. In the year 2000.
In the year 2000. Yes. Two things I want to add to what you were just saying.
Yes.
Before we move on. Number one, I don't know when the last time was I watched The Amazing Race, long ass time ago, but I still think about it because I'll be driving, and I do so much fucking driving. I'm driving, and I see someone behind me, and they're like 3 cars down, but I'm just driving, in my lane, and I'm like, I'm not going to move. I'm staying here. It's traffic. It's pointless to try and get ahead. It's just bumper to bumper traffic. I'm not going to try. And you see that person who's like 4 cars behind you that's just weaving through traffic, trying to get ahead,
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to cut this person off, and, here's an opening. I'm going to go over here. Yeah. And this person cuts me off, and I'm like, okay, but, it's traffic. And then you get to the next stoplight, and it's like, oh, look at that. Now we're right next to each other. You just got amazing raced. It's that amazing race thing where it's like this couple is like 8 hours ahead, and oh wait, you all have to wait for the train tickets.
Yeah.
So the next day, you're all starting as equals. Don't you feel a fool? Couple who is so far ahead. Now everyone's equal. I think about that all the time while I'm driving. You just got amazing race. Look at that. You're bobbing and weaving like crazy, like Michael J. Fox drinking 10 Red Bulls, and I'm just staying here, slow and steady, and yet we're right next to each other. You should feel a fool, sir, or madam. You should feel a fool. Number 2, there is a Canadian cartoon on Netflix that I think you might like.
Okay, this sounds familiar.
A quick look to Bella to see if she's paying attention. Bella's not paying attention. It's called Total Drama Island. And it's a cartoon reality show parody. And it's basically just
it's not like that fucking drawn together or tripping the rift.
No. It's essentially like a violent Looney Tunes Survivor. Just imagine a Survivor cartoon, but the guy running Survivor kind of sort of wants you all to die. It's definitely not for kids. Maybe it's for teens.
Yeah.
But it's really good. They do really good characterization in their teams and alliances. And essentially, when they went about making the cartoon, they did studies and they asked people and kids and teens and stuff like, what do you like about reality shows? And they said, oh, well, we like this and this and this and this. So they based their silly cartoon on what people really do like about reality shows. So they've got these really strong characters and these ongoing plots and these alliances, and people are harboring secrets. It's a really good show. It just happens to be a stupid cartoon. But essentially, it's like a violent Survivor. And for teens, it's called Total Drama Island. It's on Netflix. Bella was obsessed with it for a very long time. There's a shit ton of episodes.
Really?
And they're still them in Canada. Apparently it's a big thing in Canada.
I might have to give it a try.
Yeah, Total Drama Island. If you just want to put something on, this is a great thing to put on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bella's still not paying attention. There's also a lot of Total Drama Island porn out there, just FYI. If there are any female characters that you are attracted to, that is out there. Just letting you know. Okay. In the year 2000, only one movie totally ruled the box office. One movie set the nation on fire. I am, of course, talking about Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's Our Lips Are Sealed. Biggest box office hit of all time when you do not adjust for inflation. Everyone in the nation had Mary-Kate and Ashley fever.
Box office? I thought all this shit was straight to DVD.
Oh, no. This played in every theater in America.
My.
Like, literally. I mean literally every screen in America played this movie. We got to kick this art film out. We got to kick out this Holocaust documentary. We got the new Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen film. That's how big this movie was.
Now, obviously, I thought they were cute when they were kids on Full House. Everybody did. That was their damn job. Be cute.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do here. Then I didn't see them for a while. And then I saw them all grown up when they reached enough popularity to get my fucking attention,
Yeah.
And I thought they were kind of hot in a weird fucking alien way.
Yeah, before
they really look reptilian. What?
Yeah, before they got all skinny from the drugs and partying, they did look very attractive.
Yeah. And now they're looking monstrous. And are they 30 yet? How old are they?
They look skeletal. They look skeletal.
They're more
fairly young. They are
Yeah.
still fairly young.
Yeah. I bet you anything. You lay them down on the dirt, they turn brown. I bet you.
Yeah.
You know, their tongues have got to be just whipping in and out, whipping in and out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can you
Put
guess,
them on
Bunny?
plaid, they go insane.
Yeah. Can you guess, Bunny, what the #1 video game was in the year 2000?
In the year 2000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Quake.
Oh no, you're just playing, Bunny. Everybody knows that the biggest video game in the year 2000 was Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's Magical Mystery Mall for the Game Boy Color and the PS1.
Oh, Bunny, you're so silly.
Everybody had that. Everybody had that.
You're
I know you're just
fooling
playing.
us. Yeah.
I know you're just playing. It's okay. Also, in the year 2000, this one made Bella want to slap me. Just to give you a taste.
Okay.
This one made Bella cuss at me and want to slap me. Also, in the year 2000, America started getting really excited over the news that 2001 would be the year that the U.S. finally had its very first 9/11.
Yes.
9/11 fever swept the nation. There were 9/11 countdowns. There was a lot of buzz. Hotels were sold out so far in advance.
I told you my 9/11 story, right?
What was your 9/11 story?
About being the Antichrist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so.
So for our new listeners, let me just run through it quick.
Yes.
I found episodes downloadable on my computer, so I had started listening to Art Bell. Art Bell is... Well, how the fuck do we describe Art Bell anymore? Saying that he's like the saner Alex Jones sounds really fucking weird.
Yeah, Art Bell was Alex Jones before Alex Jones was Alex Jones.
Art Bell is Larry. Art Bell is Larry King, who likes UFOs and shit.
Seriously, you're getting me. You're Kenobiing me right now. Art Bell. So now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
So one of the things that he had an AM radio show, and one of the things that Art Bell used to like to do is open up the phone lines so that the Antichrist can call in. Okay. Yeah. No, I was streaming it off of Real Audio. Right. So I was picking it up live.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real audio. So he'll put on callers calling up and saying that they're the Antichrist and things like that. And of course, Art Bell is all about the Y2K.
Oh,
because he's a conspiracy nut.
Yeah.
He's all about the Y2K. A lot of his shows are about Y2K and all this kind of shit. And he opens up his line for the Antichrist to call in. And, just about everybody I hear who's calling in claiming to be the Antichrist are doing, a Larry Talbot impersonation. This tortured, oh, I'm the Antichrist. Oh, my God. Just acting like this. And I was like, I got it. I have it in my head what the Antichrist would be. And I might have even tried to call once, but I had everything laid out that I was going to say. First, just like, yeah, hi, I'm the Antichrist. You wanted me to call?
Yeah. I'm returning your message.
So I'm calling. I got shit to do, so what do you want?
Did you need something?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then one of the things I was planning on talking about, since it was Art Bell, was you friggin' people, you go on and on about Y2K. You know what's going to happen in Y2K? What's really going to happen in the year 2000? Nothing. You want to know why? Because I think that's going to be hysterical.
Yeah.
But you better watch your ass in 2001.
That would have been nice. That would have been nice.
That was the line I was planning on using if I got through.
That would have been nice.
I'm like kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah, you'd be in Gitmo right now. Yeah. Also, in the year 2000, a fiendishly handsome, skinny brown man, let's call him Steve, had just been let go with Finger Twin Towers. Hashtag never forget. Had just been let go from his job as manager at a failing Hollywood Video in Glendale, Arizona. Because apparently hating your job and actively sabotaging your own store is apparently frowned upon in the video store community.
What'd you do?
And look, Steve's only crime was an intense hatred for his job.
Yeah.
And he gave away free rentals like water. And a number of other things. A few VHS tapes might have gone missing and an old VHS player. The point is...
Yes.
This young man was jobless, aimless, and some third thing ending in less. Chickenless? I don't know. But it's not like the video store was running perfectly without Steve. The assistant store manager was a guy named Mark, and he kept a framed autograph picture of Jenna Jameson on his desk.
Okay.
Because he would talk to anyone who would listen. His dreams of one day becoming a porn actor.
Oh, God.
And I'm pretty sure that he slept with one of the 17-year-old employees at said video store.
Okay.
So Steve was let go.
In a back room or something?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Possibly at his no doubt lonely apartment. But the point is that our young hero, Steve, recently turned 21, was desperately searching for a job, any job that would not only pay the bills, of which there were none, but also a job that would not be too hard. He didn't want to try that much.
Yeah.
So his unemployment lasted only about a week. In his desperation for another job, Steve remembered that his big ex at the time, Sarah, a big-time manic pixie dream girl, still is. We're friends on Facebook. She's the only ex who doesn't have a burned bridge behind her. So anyway, her brother worked at a bookstore at Metro Center Mall, once a titan of malls. That's where they filmed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And in 2000, it was starting a slow decline, but it was still good. They had a Chili's and a big-ass movie theater and a wonderful food court. Anywho, Steve applied for a job at the end of October, and by November 1st of the year 2000, he was gainfully employed with a major bookstore chain. He was only hired, originally, because he said that he was friends, good, close BFFs, with Sarah's brother, Matt.
Okay.
He wrote that on his application, his original application. Apparently, young Matt, unbeknownst to Steve, because he didn't really know Matt at all, he was basically lying about being friends with him just to get a foot in the door. But apparently, Matt was literally...
Get a foot in the door to the Hollywood Video.
No, to get a foot in the door to the bookstore chain.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, Steve has been let go from Hollywood Video, and now he's trying to get another job. And he just got a job at the bookstore. He only got a job because he mentioned, "Oh, I am good friends with Matt, an employee at your store. We are BFFs." Matt, unbeknownst to Steve, because they were not friends at all, Matt had just left the store. And apparently, Matt was literally the best employee that the store ever had.
Okay.
In fact, the majority of Steve's interview was just talking about Matt and how great he was.
Okay.
So Steve lied to get hired at the bookstore 17 years ago. It wasn't the biggest lie ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was an itty-bitty lie. There are worse lies out there. Steve wasn't colluding with Russia.
No.
It's weird how
Not that you can
often I
prove.
hear the word colluding.
Yes.
That's weird. That's a weird word. Ooh, Is he colluding? Is he going to collude? Was there collusion? Was there collusioning happening?
How many people were involved in the collusion?
Yeah, there's a weird amount of collusion being used in our vernacular right now. Steve didn't not inhale, but it worked, and our hero was hired. So in November of in November of the year 2000, Steve was a bookstore in Phoenix, Arizona. And that, my vague friends, is where we will leave the story for this week. Our hero is starting at work at a bookstore. Will he fail? Will he succeed? Will he have problems with people? Will there be a large amount of smoking and drinking? By the way, spoiler alert, the answers to those 4 questions are nope, kinda, yes, and hell yes! So this is a new ongoing feature within Notes from the Bookstore. Call it an origin story, if you will.
An origin story. Nice.
An origin story. So come back next week for more of that hazy story. Now on to some news. To a little bit of news. Your local bookstore is having a lot of sales right now. A bunch of sales. And you should come on down. Here are a few of them. Number 1, we have a great table set up, big pine table set up, 20% off all fiction books that you don't want to read. Very excited about that. We have some great books that you do not want to purchase on sale right now. Here's a tip for you, a little pro tip. Don't look at the table and say, "Oh my God, here's a book that I want." They will remove the sale from that. They will take it off that table if you say you want to buy one of the books. Everyone is listening to everything all of the time. That's how we all should act now.
Has the new Stephen King book come out yet?
No, we just got in the movie version of Mr. Mercedes, which is a 3-part series that he has done recently.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's the movie cover, and then it says on the cover, I expected to see soon to be a major motion picture starring famous people, but instead it says like soon to be an AT&T original show. And I'm like, really?
Wow.
That's a thing? Yeah, everybody's streaming everything, so apparently Stephen King is in the AT&T U-verse world or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh, God. I didn't even know that existed. But I was thinking about the new book he was supposed to be coming out with. Hey, I was hit by a car, remember?
Yeah. So 20% off all fiction books that you don't want to read. We had a Marvel graphic novel sale for about 2 seconds, and then it went back to our regular everything DC is on sale because as a corporation, we hate Marvel. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
But we love DC and hate Marvel as a corporation. Not sure why, but it's just weird. Also, big news with our clearance sale.
Yeah.
It's now 9% off.
Ooh.
Wow. And, of course, there's our best sellers, 30% off all hardcover best-selling books for 69-year-old housewives. So if you want to read legal thrillers, then you should come on down to your local bookstore. And finally this week.
Yes.
A certain store. First off, I would once again like to say, just all of this is fiction. Let's just say that. All of this is fiction. None of this is real.
A disclaimer goes up on the front of every episode.
Yeah, that's not just about this, but about just existence in general.
Mm-hmm.
This is all fiction. None of it matters. Do whatever you want. With that being said, I can neither confirm nor deny the story that's running around right now that one of the stores in our district got a 25% score in a secret shop. 25%.
Not
how
good.
do you even do that? Yeah. And I would also like to neither confirm nor deny the statement that it's not my fault. I was in receiving the entire time. So it's not like the secret shoppers go, hey, I would like to go into your receiving area and look around. So this low score is in no way on me.
No.
Okay? In no way on me.
No.
Not that it happened in my store. I can neither confirm nor deny that. I'm just saying it's not my fault. If it did happen to me, which I'm not saying it did, I'm also not saying it didn't. What I'm saying is, look, a store that I have heard of may or may not have gotten the lowest score in the history of secret shops. Is it mine? I cannot confirm nor deny that. Is it my fault? No. In no way my fault. I was in receiving the whole time, listening to Cuban music. So, it did or did not happen to me. It probably didn't. This is all fiction. But if it did, it wasn't my fault. If I was on the floor, we would have gotten a 100. Again, this is all fiction. This is all fiction. It's important to state that over and over again. And that is it for Notes from the Bookstore this week. And remember, boys and girls, you too can save 10% on all of your purchases in the store. And all you have to do is not ask me, do you work here? Yes, I work here. I have a freaking name tag. I know you're confused at the long-haired Mexican. I know I'm scary. But yeah, I work here, okay? I'm working here for almost 17 years. Yeah, I work here. I work here. What do you think? What do you think? I just steal name tags and go into various stores pretending to be an employee? I have a name tag. Also, here's another clue that I work here. I just walked up to you and said, "Do you need help?" There's another. Oh, you work here? No, I'm just a good Samaritan who walks from town to town helping people and getting into adventures like Kane and Kung Fu. Yes, I work here. Damn. And cut. That's a good place to cut.
That's a good place.
Like that. I really liked that. Before we go any further, Bunny, really quick.
Yeah.
I've got a free band name for this week.
Okay.
It's once again time for this week's free band name. If you have a band and you don't have a name yet, here's a wonderful free band name for you to use. Feel free to just call it. You can claim this. It's like calling shotgun. Here's a free band name. This week's name is designed to save the band a whole lot of money.
Nice.
So if you're a young band just starting out, you want to save some money, here you go. The band name is Hello, My Name Is. Because there are already stickers made for your band.
Yes. And a lot of them.
A lot of them. So you just call your band Hello, ! My band name is ellipses. And then you buy the stickers, and then you can write on the bottom of there where you're going to be playing next.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my name is. We'll be playing this Saturday at the Dragon Ballroom.
And in a pinch, if your band breaks up, you can write the name of your new band until you can get it settled out,
Yeah.
For the interim. You just use them temporarily.
Yeah. Hello, my name is now called The New Originals.
The New Originals, yes.
Yeah, that works. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Free band name for you. Don't say we never did anything for you.
Free band name for you.
Yeah. Before we start the next bit, I'm going to walk into the kitchen. I'm going to open up the fridge, and I am going to pull out a fricking Zima.
A Zima.
A Zima, a refreshing citrus beverage. I took a drink of one of these last night, and I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. Bella stopped watching what she was watching and just looked at me, and she said, what? And I tried to come up with a way to explain Zima, and the way that I did is, imagine if Sprite decided to make alcohol. Am I saying that would taste great? No, but it would be drinkable. This is a drinkable beverage. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's definitely drinkable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, basically, I'm a sucker for anything retro right now. The way that I am with Zima is the same way I was with Crystal Pepsi. I'm a sucker for shit like this. A frickin' sucker for this. Oh my god, can't believe Zima came back. Like, yeah, okay. Drinking a Zima, right? Oh my god, this tastes weird. God, this stuff really... Ah! It's weird. You expect it to taste like beer, but then it tastes like a slutty 7-Up. It tastes like
slutty 7-Up.
Yeah, it tastes like a Capri Sun prostitute.
It's been a while because I think I've only drank one in my life when they first came out. It was kind of like, from my memory, like Kool-Aid or Pez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a weird taste.
And it didn't taste like you were drinking a drink.
Yeah. Every time that I drank it back in the day, I would always get made fun of because, oh, you're drinking Zima? That's a girl drink. That's a chick drink. Why are you drinking a chick drink? It's like, I don't care. I just like the way this tastes. This tastes great. It doesn't taste like a freaking beer. All we have at my place is Tecate, and that tastes like Mexican battery acid. This tastes like something good. I'm going to drink this Zima.
Whenever we would go out to any place where we might have a couple of drinks, I always request the girl drinks.
Yeah, they taste
what
so
kind of girl
damn
drinks
good.
do you have?
Yeah.
And there's more alcohol in those drinks.
Oh yeah. You get this big goldfish bowl of a glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like huge, and it's got little umbrellas in it. Yeah, love a girl drink.
Then I can sit there. I could sit there, enjoy my drink, and kind of look at people and be like, "You're not going to laugh at me about my glass, are you? You're not going to do it."
Love Zima. Love Zima so much. Honey, do you want a drink of my Zima?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. Zima was never your thing, though, was it?
How would you know? I was like, what, 12?
Why must you hurt me like that, honey? Why must you hurt me? And on the show, too. The way I just described Zima, it's a slutty Capri Sun. It's a Kool-Aid prostitute. It's like if Sprite decided to make alcohol. It's a 7-Up malt beverage. Love this stuff. Anyway, Zima, guys. Zima exists. It's probably at your local Walmart. Just FYI. And now, boys and girls and the rest, it's homework time once again here on the old Pope on Film podcast.
Yes.
People of the internet, your attention, please. Cease your pitiful trolling and kindly pay attention.
Yes.
Each week, the Pope on Film podcast assigns homework in the hopes of bettering its listeners, nay, society. And this week, somehow, some somehow, it's unclear as to the how or why, but this week we are somehow doing our first ever homework assignment that has anything to do with Scientology.
Yes.
How is this possible?
Yes. Well, every now and then you have to stop and realize it's not just Christians. There are other batshit religions out there that need our attention.
Yeah,
and
is
few come as batshit as Scientology.
Oh yeah. This is especially shocking considering that I spent like a good year and a half, 2 years just ruthlessly attacking Scientology on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Meaning that I am most definitely on some sort of no doubt real life Scientology enemy list.
Oh, sure.
That being said, I am really, really, really glad that we decided to watch 2 videos and not just the crazy ass propaganda.
Yeah.
So we are focusing on 2 videos here. Number 1.
Now, for me though, as of late, and I'm kind of running out of it now, but as of late, I've been on a real Scientology kick.
Really?
Which is how I found the orientation one.
Yeah, I've got the story behind it too.
So now
it's quite interesting.
So now the other one though, I watched it and I watched it twice, but in my head it is scrambled amongst many other murders and death.
Yeah.
Because the videos have exploded since Leanne Remini came out.
Yeah.
There used to be a handful of Scientology videos, and the best you can really get off of them is like, they're really kind of douchebags,
Yeah.
And they would say bad, a narrator would say bad things. Oh, they do this, they do this, they do this. But now there's like a lot of people who've left Scientology and they've all started putting up YouTube channels and doing their own shows.
Yeah.
Shit is all over the place.
Yeah. And there's much better books about it, too. I've read some really great books over the last, 5 years about Scientology.
So specifically what is in this documentary on Scientology mysteries and things like that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how well I'm going to be able to remember the individual cases.
That's fine.
I can definitely talk about Scientology, death, and other weirdness.
Yeah. So this week we're focusing on 2 videos. Number 1, the leaked Scientology orientation video that you watch when you are, starting into the world of Scientology, and the Real Stories, and the Real Stories documentary Scientology: Suspicious Deaths. So let's cover the leaked video first, but before we do, here's a little primer on Scientology if you're not as well versed as Bunny and I are. Scientology, it's technically a religion, but really it's a dangerous cult that was started by a mediocre author and college dropout who lied about a decorated naval career that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
So L. Ron Hubcap decided that the best way to con fucking suckers out of money is to create a phony baloney religion, but the smart thing that he did was base his bullshit religion on how science is a lie, Scientology is a scam, and the government is full of liars who are out to get you. People are automatically distrusting of all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's how lying rapist Donald Trump became president.
Yeah, exactly.
So Scientology is a religion, but in order to be a Scientologist, you have to pay a crazy amount of money and go through all these classes to reach various levels.
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine being a Christian, but in order to be a true Christian, you have to buy each of the different Bible passages.
Yeah, exactly.
And pay to take a class on each Bible class. Like, ooh, I just got to Deuteronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so you're a level 18.
Yeah.
So that's Scientology.
I need $8,000 to get Leviticus.
Yeah. And allegedly, cough, cough, BS, cough, cough, cough. At the highest Tom Cruise like levels of Scientology, you can control shit with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have magical powers. You're basically almost like a god, which might explain why Tom Cruise doesn't have too many bombs under his belt. Tom Cruise needs to fail more. Even when Tom Cruise fails, it's like, oh man, The Mummy only made $389 million. Ooh. No, god damn it, Tom Cruise needs a real big bomb. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's had too much success. Pissed me off.
Tom Cruise, man. Tom Cruise.
Also,
and he is so fucking suckered, man. He is just David McCavige's butt boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
and also,
I've really gotten to just really dislike Tom Cruise. You know? Because, like, get a clue, dude. You're fucking hurting people. You know? You abandoned your fucking infant daughter. Don't tell me you don't know something's wrong here.
Yeah. According to the book, Going Clear, the really good movies that Tom Cruise did in like the 90s came from the fact that Tom Cruise finally reached the upper level of Scientology, and when they started talking to him about the aliens in the volcano, he went, "What the fuck?" and then quietly left Scientology and went about making really good movies that Scientology would never let him do, which is why he did Interview with a Vampire and Magnolia.
Yeah. Both
and
very good movies.
Yeah, and a few other really good ones that he did around that time. And eventually, like, they brought him back because allegedly they had some really nasty information about him, because when you're doing an auditing session, they record everything. So basically, the Scientology has a record of every bad thing you've ever done ever.
Mm-hmm.
But we are all secretly alien spirits who were destroyed billions of years ago by the evil alien overlord Xenu. But another genius bit of Scientology, by the time you spend 20 years of your life and millions of dollars on Scientology, then the Grand Overlord Xenu isn't that fucking crazy. Because they have already spent like 25 years programming you and getting deep into your life. So by the time they tell you this batshit crazy stuff about the Grand Overlord Xenu, you are already brainwashed.
Well, that would have to be such
brainwashed.
That would have to be such serious just cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That right there and right then, when you find out the big secret that you have been working to your whole life and paying all of that money, you got to justify it somehow.
Yeah.
You've got to buy in, or you're going to feel like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're an idiot anyway, you know, but you're an idiot that spent, what, $1 million?
Yeah.
500 grand, you know? However much they can really get out of you is what you pay, really.
Yeah. But the thing is that Scientology is shrouded in secrecy because that's the way that they're going to make money, is by hiding all of the secrets of Scientology from normal people like you and me. So,
right. and they have the snitch culture.
Yeah.
They have the snitch culture so that if you say something to one of your Scientologist friends that isn't quite Scientology enough, then they write up a knowledge report on you.
Yes.
And you are in trouble. And if they don't, and somebody else writes up the knowledge report, they're in trouble for not writing up a knowledge report.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how can you possibly even speak to anybody? You know, how can you just have a conversation with somebody?
Yeah, no, you just absolutely can't. You absolutely cannot. So the whole organization is shrouded in secrecy, but in 2008, someone secretly recorded the secret Scientology orientation video with a grainy camcorder.
Yes.
You know who did?
Who?
Fucking WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks fucking recorded the secret Scientology orientation video with a grainy-ass camcorder. WikiLeaks actually stopped trying to destroy the Democratic Party for 5 seconds to do something good. That was a shocking thing. Like, oh my god, WikiLeaks made this? Oh my god, they did a good. It's like when you read that comic book where the only way to destroy this bad guy is for the Fantastic Four to team up with Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so he's a good guy, for like 3 issues, and then he's going to turn on him. Okay, yeah, WikiLeaks is Doctor Doom. There you go.
Got it. Perfect analogy, I think, yeah.
Thank you. So the leaked Scientology orientation video is crazy. Billions of Scientologists could be your friends. Just because there are a bunch of Scientologists in the world doesn't give you that's not necessarily a good thing. You know? Mm-hmm. You know what else there are billions of in this planet? Pedophiles. Yeah. That doesn't mean that, like, oh, you think that I'm bad for being a pedophile? Well, there are millions and millions of others. Yeah. So that must give us pedophiles credit. No, the fact that there are a lot of you does not give you credit of any kind.
And that number is not even nearly true.
Yeah, no way that there are billions of Scientologists that could be your friends.
You see, one of the guys in one of the videos that I had seen, one of the guys who got out of Scientology most likely worked on that film. That's what he did. And he was like, you would inflate and change numbers all the time. He says they probably have roughly like 250,000 members.
Yeah,
in Scientology worldwide.
Yeah.
Like not even 1 million.
This is what this video felt like. This video felt like if Walt Disney, like maybe 5 years before he died, he fell into Scientology.
Yeah.
And so he removed great moments with Mr. Lincoln, and he decided to put in something that promoted Scientology. Mm-hmm. It would be this video. This video is real Kool-Aid drinking, you know?
I don't know. It also felt very infomercial to me.
Oh, yes. Very much so. Yeah. And don't forget, the government hates Scientology because the government is trying to mind control its people, and Dianetics and Scientology combats all that. Wow, what courage.
Mm-hmm.
I took umbrage to the part where the narrator took you to the bookstore. Oh, looks like we'll have to wait. L. Ron Hubbard's books are very popular. Bullshit.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I took umbrage when they said L. Ron Hubbard was a great writer.
Yeah. There was one time at my last store where someone purchased Dianetics. It's something that we can special order for you, but not something we ever carry. So someone ordered it, and it came into the receiving area. It was vacuum sealed. It was shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
So what someone who totally is not me did was, we have one of these sealers, in the back room that can shrink wrap it up. So this person, who again is totally not me, opened up the shrink wrap around Dianetics, printed out information about some of the books that we did have that attacked Scientology.
Yeah.
Put them in the Dianetics book and sealed it up again. So that eventually, when this person, no doubt Mexican, Scientology very popular with Mexicans, I have learned. Yeah. Because Mexicans because like your typical like abuelita, like like a 58-year-old woman from the old country in Mexico doesn't know a goddamn thing about Scientology other than, oh, is this that thing that Tom Cruise does? Like this old Mexican woman doesn't know anything about David Miska whatever and all of the shocking truths and hasn't seen any exposés and anything like that. So very popular in Latin American neighborhoods and this and that. Like we would go to when we were in Scientology, we would go to like the bad neighborhood Walmart, and there would always be like free personality tests. Like there would always be like a table right in front of the Walmart, and it's like with the Scientologists there, always.
His father left, David Miscavige.
Yes.
His dad even left. A lot of people have left.
Oh, yeah. So the video tries and fails, amazingly fails, to try and describe the different levels of Scientology and the different organizations. It's so damn confusing, Tolkien couldn't follow this. It's like you would have better luck going to a fan and saying, "Hey, can you sit down and explain to me how to play Magic the Gathering?" That would actually be easier than having someone say, "Can you explain to me the different levels of Scientology?"
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I am definitely not on post.
But aren't you comforted that everything that L. Ron Hubbard has ever said or done is being engraved on silver plates and put in a vault so that they could survive a nuclear holocaust?
I actually thought of that. I actually thought of the whole idea of like they got this like fat rapist con man and turned everything he did into a massive success where he's the next Buddha. Yeah. They actually said over and over again they liken him to the Buddha. So I thought it interesting. Like I had like this video gave me daydreams basically of like 100 years into the future. And then our hero Steve started recording the greatest podcast in the world. Millions of people listened to it and had their minds opened by Steve and Bunny's wisdom. Steve and Bunny were great men. But of course the government wanted them to stop podcasting. Yeah.
Because they dared to challenge the authority of the president.
Yeah. People in beautifully beautifully made suits and pantsuits being on post about us and our message. I also just love how calm everybody's voice is.
Yes.
That's why here at Scientology, we believe in the spirit. Like, oh, God, like, you give me the chills with that beautiful ass.
At least until the end, where they get hardcore. But anyway.
Yeah. Then they discuss auditing.
And they totally break the fourth wall. So it's like, that's what gave it the infomercial feel.
Yeah,
you know?
because they're talking to you this whole time.
Where they're kind of trying to make it, kind of documentary-ish.
Yeah.
You know, he's walking through, he's going here, he's going there, meeting this one. And whoever he's meeting eventually just breaks the fourth wall, turns to the camera, and starts doing their own little pitch.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Maxwell. What?
Medicine gummies.
Your medicine gummies. I'll give you some in a little bit. I'll give you some during the next break. No. Can you what?
No. Can I finish it?
Can you finish it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check it out during this next break, okay? Okay. Did you just fart?
Yeah.
On the podcast?
No.
Oh my God, I can't believe that, Maxwell. You just farted. You know what?
What?
55 demerits.
No!
I'm sorry, 55 demerits. 20 points from Gryffindor.
1 meow meow bean.
You're now down to 3 meow meow beans.
I'm gonna put you down the
Not the Outlands. So then the video goes to an accountant who is apparently an auditor.
Don't skip the missionary.
Oh yeah, the missionary. The missionary. I was kind of drunk when I was watching this. What was the missionary part?
Well, the minister, the ministry.
Oh yes. The non-denominational church that anyone can go to.
Who the fuck was that guy, though?
He really did seem like a character actor from the 80s that I've definitely seen before.
Which confused the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking Scientology here, dude. Okay, so we have a choice. Was he a minister, or was he an actor playing a minister? Or was he an actor who joined Scientology and became a minister?
I think that you could basically ask that question about anything that Scientology has ever done. You know? that Scientology is just constantly asking that question.
You know, and I just kept looking at him, and I still don't know, but I was going through like a checklist through my head, like, is it Mac from Night Court? Is it? It's not Venus Flytrap. It's just like trying to go through black actors of that period to figure out who this dude was.
Yeah,
and I know he's somebody. Yeah,
he's definitely from something.
But then why wouldn't they have mentioned it? Because that's part of their hook.
Yeah, I don't know.
I quit acting so I can devote myself fully to Scientology and this ministry.
Yeah, to Scientology ministry.
That would have been a great pitch. So I'm leaning toward they hired an actor to play a minister.
Yeah, and not gotten an actual minister.
Yeah.
That basically Scientology was like, we need a black.
Yes.
Well, there are no blacks in Scientology other than Isaac Hayes. But I don't think Isaac Hayes wants to play a minister. Let's hire somebody. Let's get somebody in here. Then they discuss auditing, which is basically a 12-hour marathon session of telling your worst secrets into a chafing dish.
Yes.
And they go and they talk about the auditing. They go, let's go talk to an auditor. What can you tell us about auditing? Well, I could explain it to you, but instead, I'm just going to shove graphs up your butt.
Yes, graphs that really have no meaning.
Yeah. Look at this
unless you
level.
explain them.
Now look at this level. Ooh, look how high this one is.
Yeah.
Look at this line. You see how this line is bigger than that line? That means we're all right.
I mean, can't you at least tell me what the X and Y axis is?
Yeah.
What
L. Ron Hubbard believes that their 12-and-a-half-hour auditing session literally will raise your IQ and improve your persona.
Yes.
While psychiatry is evil, only a raving lunatic would attack Scientology. Well, it's official. I am a raving lunatic.
Yes.
Basically, Scientology is just a special secret. Ooh. Only you know about this. Only you do and nobody else does. You want this special secret.
Yes, you do.
The film keeps doing things like, a court once said we were real.
But okay, let's just
look at this other court thing.
Here's
a third court thing.
Yeah. Let's just jump back a second to the bookstore section.
Yeah. What do people need to start in Scientology? Well, they need these 84 $100 books.
And they need it before they get out of that fucking room.
Absolutely.
That's the part they're not really saying on the video.
Yeah.
But they're not getting out of it. They're not going home until they buy those books.
Yeah.
I almost knocked you into the stove.
Literally, people in the video, especially at the end where they have that, like, people montage,
Yeah.
People literally act like they are actually superhumans with mutant powers who will live 1 trillion years because of Scientology. Also, Scientology saved Christy Alley from certain death. Dead. She would have been dead if it wasn't for Scientology. She would have died.
She sucked on Star Trek. So.
Anyway, that video made me feel unclean and dirty and wrong.
Oh, okay, but what about that whole hard sell on the end?
Oh, God, that just creeped me out. Yeah. And he just dropped all pretense and is just literally looking directly at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you could live for 1 trillion years, or you could be a dumbass.
Yes. The choice is up to you.
The choice is up to you. No one can make this choice but you. But if you choose us, you will live to be 1 trillion-year-old superhero. Or you could just be a dumbass. Do you want to be a dumbass, you dumbass?
The world is a horrible, dangerous place.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
It was like 9 minutes long, and it just went on, and just more and more. You're like, oh, damn, you got me monologuing. It was really creepy as hell. The ending scared me.
I want my food.
Then sit over here. So that video made me feel yucky. So it was refreshing to move to the Real Stories documentary, Scientology Suspicious Deaths.
Yes.
And hey, it's great that you're attacking Scientology, but I just wish it was a bit less gotcha. You know? Like the whole video came off as like way smarmy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this woman's son died because of Scientology, so we took her to the place where her son died and recorded her as she was disgusted. Watch as she shakes and cries. We definitely got her in this video.
Yeah.
Here, let me show a close-up so we can all revel in her tears.
Yeah.
Like,
Lord.
There.
Swear to God, if you're gonna burp.
Like, seriously, calm your ass, because you're in Fox News beast mode right now. You're at like a 9, and we need you at like a 5.
Mm-hmm.
This did seem to be a German documentary, which might be why it's so serious and dour and not fun.
Possibly.
But it's nice to see that this documentary continues the fine tradition of not knowing how to pronounce David Miscagavi's last name. Because it literally had like 3 or 4 different pronunciations of this guy's name. Because literally, it just...
I think like miscarriage.
Yeah.
Miscarriage. Miscavige.
Yeah.
Miscarriage.
But there's a G right in the middle of it. That's like a speed bump in the middle of his name. You want to call him David Miscavige, but then there's that G.
Yeah.
Miscavige.
Well, I kind of look at it like the G is his fucking problem. It's not mine. I'm not taking responsibility for his goddamn G. It doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get these kids to bed.
Yeah. So anyway, Clearwater, Florida is essentially a Scientology-run city. So when there's a Scientology death, of course it gets squashed. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But that's no big surprise here. It's like doing an hour-long documentary about how people in Alabama are uneducated. Like, no shit. It's like doing a documentary, an hour-long documentary. Is it possible that some people in LA are actually illegal aliens? Like, yeah, no shit. Like, I like the meaning and the message behind this documentary. I just think it could have been done a little bit better. Like, it's weird. I had a difficult time watching both of these videos for different reasons, you know?
Yeah, because there's so much more that you can do. It's not like, again, it's not like material's not out there anymore. You can't find. Yeah, okay. I guess it's German, so there's not as much real hot and heavy Scientology action going on there, you know.
Yeah.
But they have a whole fucking building called the Hole, where they basically keep prisoners and make them fucking pit fight.
Yeah. And it's possible that David Miscagavi's sister is in there.
Yes.
Or
his
wife.
wife.
Or something.
His
I don't
wife.
remember. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. She's missing. So, both of these were a bit difficult to watch. Both of these were a bit bad, but I will say this.
Yes.
Both of these videos are not as bad as B-Movie. So, it had that going for him.
I'm gonna have to agree. Yes.
Yeah. And basically that's it for homework this week. Do you have anything else you wanted to touch on there?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to bring up something else. Something for potential homework. I had sent you a link for a video a little while back. It is called.
No, it's not called Farts, Maxwell. But thank you for playing.
It's called. It's about this place called Devil's Gate in California.
I think I remember you sending me that.
Which is purported to be a portal to hell.
Yeah.
And it is really more of a cave kind of a thing. It's a whole mountainside with a cave in it. And it is a really creepy looking mountain. Okay?
Yeah.
But now this
I got it. Yeah, onlyinyourstate.com.
And this had so right around the 1930s, it was this young scientist who would go out right around the Devil's Gate, and his name was Jack Parson, and he was a very, very early rocket scientist.
Okay.
Okay. He was before we got any of them from Germany, any of the good Nazis.
Yeah.
He was before that. So they would go out into the Devil's Gate area and they would test rockets, which wound up leading him to be one of the founding members of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And he has a crater on the moon, on the dark side of the moon, named after him.
Huh.
Okay. But he's also heavily involved in the cult and is part of the OTO. I forget what they are for, but it was basically Aleister Crowley's coven.
Yeah.
So he was good personal friends with Aleister Crowley, along with L. Ron fucking Hubbard.
Really?
And they had supposedly gone into the cave and did a ritual which was called the Babylon Working, which made the Antichrist manifest in the world. He was supposed to be human, but he couldn't really get that, so he's just in his astral form.
Yeah. Like you do.
That
like
story, look into it. I think you'll enjoy it. It is it's batshit. It's completely batshit.
Yeah. I will look into that and see if there's like any sort of like lengthy article about it or something that we can do.
It all there's like tons. It all depends on which you want to take it.
Okay. All right.
You know,
I
you
do.
can find,
I do have.
You can find whole documentaries on YouTube, and I've already found them on just the Babylon working, because this is like a huge thing in occult circles.
Done.
Yeah.
Can we put more peanut butter on that?
Well, I have homework for next week, but it's a bit painful.
Okay. Well, no, not next
Okay.
week. It is.
Okay.
It is offered for your consideration.
Gotcha. Okay. I will write down here future work question mark. Okay. Gotcha. That's the question mark right there. It's not a good question mark, but I'm just kind of scrabbling. And that is it for homework this week. And I sincerely hope that your eyes, minds, and dog's bowels have all been suitably open. But don't think you're getting off that easily. Kimosabe. Kimosabe means an Asian person named Sabe is going through chemotherapy.
Yes.
Kimosabe. Don't forget next week's homework assignment. And for next week's assignment, Bunston, who sang More Than a Feeling. Bunny.
Yes.
Bunny. Do you like me?
I like you.
Okay. Will you like me no matter what?
That's a trick question.
I'm gonna go yes.
Okay. No matter what. I mean, 133 episodes, we've been a lot, and I'm just trying to make sure that no matter what I throw at you, that you will still like me.
This does not involve my anus at all, does it?
No,
okay,
it's not.
Okay, then yes.
Okay. For next week's assignment, we are doing You on Kazoo.
We're doing what?
You on Kazoo, the infamous 30-minute Kazoo instructional video for kids.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, but when I saw like a remix version of You on Kazoo, and it was like, I don't know, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. Yeah. So then I went to see like what is this video based on, and then I saw the story of the making of this video and the story of the kid who stars in it. And then I went looking for the actual video, and I found it very easy, the full 30-minute video. And basically, I never understood it when mountaineers said, when people ask mountaineers, mountain climbers, why did you climb that mountain? And then the mountaineers say, because it was there. I never understood that until I found the infamous 30-minute Kazoo instructional video for kids, because once I saw that, I understood. Because, we have to do that.
Yes.
There is no reasoning behind it. We just have to do this 30-minute Kazoo instructional video. It's really weird, interactive. There's a little creepy Children of the Corn kid who literally talks to you and walks you through the entire video in a really weird, creepy way.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily see this turning into a Stephen King novel. So You on Kazoo, it's on YouTube, it's all over the place. That is our homework for next week. So be sure to visit us next week as we kill ourselves in Kazoo-related desperation, which is going to be some good podcasting right there. So join us next week for more homework with the Pope on Film podcast. I'm not giving you another piece, Eleanor. You have a bunch of pieces right there. Yeah, right there. That's a piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 4.5. This little guy. I'm not going to give you more pieces. No, you don't get all of them. You have some in front of you. She does this. Like, here's a piece. Give me another one. Then I give her a piece. Give me another one. Okay, here's another piece. Just give me all of them. No, you're not getting all of them. Eat what you have. Stop throwing them. I'm sorry that you're upset that you can't have all of the pieces. That doesn't mean you throw the food. Dang, you're taking your ball and you're going home. Stop throwing the food. Stop throwing the food. I'm not giving you all of them. Eat. Eat the food. Eat the food. Don't beat up the food. Eat the food, Eleanor. Did you hear her laugh? She's laughing at me.
This is starting to sound like an Italian household.
Eat the food. Eat.
Try manja.
And you like it. Don't laugh at me. Stop your laughing. I'm trying to get you to eat your food. Eat. Can't believe she's laughing at me. Anyway, we still have a lot to talk about. We need to talk about Jewishness.
Yes.
We need to talk about victory through air power again.
Yes.
We need to talk about Chris Rock being racist and the history of the show Seinfeld and the weird newfound popularity of this week's film and The Graduate. But before we get to any of that, maybe we should take a break. Should we take a break?
We should take a break.
Okay, now we should, Maxwell. No, not because you said it, but because Bunny said it. I take his word for it. Bunny says we should. You think we should too, Maxwell? Okay, well, if the both of you say so, then I guess that's okay. We will be... Did you hear that? Eleanor just said yes. She perfectly said yes. Yeah. We will be right back with more of the Pope on Film after these commercial messages. Stop eating her food. I'm trying to get her to eat the food. Not you, Maxwell. Stop helping her in her food eating. Hey, I didn't tell you to play us off yet. Can't believe you. This is an unauthorized playing off. I did not authorize this. Do 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 do. Eleanor thinks the playing off is
You can take Bob out of the boy, but can't take the boy out of the dress.
Thank you for doing that.
This year, Miramax Films takes great pride in extending to you an advance invitation to celebrate New Year's Eve at the Monsignor Hotel, where a dozen of the most unusual guests ever will check in.
We have reservation.
And a lone bellhop named...
Dead.
On his first day on the job...
All you have to do is hold the fort. And the night's cake. Okay.
...is in for the night of his life.
Okay, Ted, what's the problem?
I haven't got a problem. I've got problems. Plural.
My children are staying here tonight watching TV.
Get a bottle opener.
If something happens to my children, they wouldn't want to be you.
The 5 of us are a coven.
A coven of witches.
An oven full of witches?
A coven of witches!
Tell me that's not a face you can trust.
I can't handle this hotel by myself.
Are you saying my wife cheats on me?
I've got to get out of here. We want you to... I am not gonna cut off Norman's little...
Hell of a night, huh, Ted?
I'm stuck in a situation here which I can possibly begin to explain.
Tim Roth, Antonio Banderas, Jennifer Beals, Valeria Golino, Madonna, Ione Skye, Lily Taylor, Marissa Tomei, and Tamlin Tomita in a new film from directors Allison Anders, Alexander Rockwell, Robert Rodriguez, and Quentin Tarantino. 4 Rooms.
I've had a real bad night. Oh, really?
And we're back with more of the Pope on Film. Well then, legendary punk rock band The Bunmones. This week on the Book on Film podcast, I feel like since you're splitting up the podcast into different segments that I then need to repeatedly mention the name of the show over and over again.
Okay.
I feel like I've said the title like 15 times so far in this episode. Anyway, this week on the big show, which just so happens to be called the Pope on Film podcast, the Pope on Film podcast, the Pope on Film
Church
podcast.
organist.
This week we are once again attempting to cash in on a popular trend. This is something that we have done so many times before on the big show. There are popular things in America, in pop culture, in society, and we cash in on those by doing an episode around them. For example, we did a show on the animated film Victory Through Air Power solely to cash in on that strange period in 2015 where America's teens were into animated Nazi fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. Kids were just really into animated Nazi fighting for a while, and now it's fidget spinners. So go figure. You know, it's just weird. Kids, you just don't get them. You just don't get them. Young kids are way too young.
They are.
Yeah. Young kids are just way too young. We also did the Death of Richie episode to cash in on Robbie Benson fever.
Yes.
Man, Robbie Benson fever. So many young girls just have Robbie Benson pictures in their locker, you know?
Well, definitely a resurgence for Robbie Benson. Unexpected, but definitely a resurgence.
Oh, yeah. Okay, if you're going to be throwing your food like that, Eleanor, then you're getting off of your chair because you're just being like a little high holy terror right now. So there you go. You are off now. Why don't you go and terrorize Maxwell or maybe Bella? They're very easy to terrify. Then, of course, we did the episode with the movie It Happened to Jane.
Mm-hmm.
On the rising trend in college educated 20 and 30 somethings to have sex with lobsters.
Yes.
Big resurgence in the world of lobster fetishes.
And there was a lot of fapping material in that Doris Day movie. I'll tell you.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! And of course,
you know what was so hot about the lobsters? No rubber bands.
Oh, that gets me rock hard.
Mm-hmm. It's like tan lines, you know?
Yeah. And then, of course, there was our recent episode where for 4 hours we just quietly played with fidget spinners.
Mm-hmm.
That was our silent episode. All you heard is just the spinning of the...
Well, that's the one we got the award for.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from Fidget Spinners Monthly.
Yeah.
Then we've also done some episodes based on older, more archaic movies, films no one has ever heard of, like Jurassic World, Guardians of the Galaxy, La La Land, and Spinal Tap. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Spinal Tap. I pronounced that wrong. I think I pronounced that wrong. I'm not sure. No one's ever seen that. At least according to the people whose job it is to pay the actual members of Spinal Tap. And so this week's movie is yet another cheap attempt to cash in on a trend by shitting all over this week's easily shat upon film, the 2007 surefire hit turned meme machine B-movie.
B-movie. My God.
B-movie.
I have not seen any memes or much about B-movie.
Well, I have, and Maxwell has, and we're going to be talking about that.
I know that later. Boy. I don't know the B-movie. Yeah.
Stop, Maxwell. Stop pretending to hit her with that pillow. Okay? This is all going to end badly. Okay? I have psychic mind powers. Stop trying to hit her with that. pillow, okay? Okay? I will take that pillow away from you. That is my pillow. That is my special space pillow, and I love it very much. Stop playing around with it. It's not a steel chair. You are not a lucha. For a long time, I've been trying to come up with a good way to say this, so I'm just going to come out and say it.
Okay.
B-movie is too Jewish.
Yeah.
Now,
I didn't really. It's been a million years since I've seen The Graduate, though, so all of that went over my head.
Now, let me try and explain how what I said is not anti-Semitic. I would say the same thing if in Kung Fu Panda, Po the panda loved two things, eating and sharing the Bible with his fellow animals.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, fuck, that is too Christian, just like this film is just a bit too Jewish.
Yes.
The extreme Jewishness of the film spends a lot of time dealing with issues of race and religion for a DreamWorks animated fucking movie.
Yes. And I think for the convoluted relationship we had going on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think that the overt Jewishness of the film cuts to the core problem with B-movie, besides its existence as a clunky Pixar wannabe, because this movie really is just like.
Well, I have a different core in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, my core is more like Jerry Seinfeld thought he could just toss out a lot of jokes and it would just be a movie without them really being strung together on anything.
Yeah. So, I think the problem with B-movie is that most really great kids' movies are first and foremost great movies for kids that also happen to speak a bit to adults in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas B-movie seems to have just been written by a 55-year-old Jewish comedian with no prior screenwriting experience. B-movie seems to first and foremost be written specifically for adults with the hopes that kids might also like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't know who the hell Larry King is. Kids won't understand Chris Rock's very racist scene about how mosquito girls don't want to hook up with mosquito men.
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't know who Ray Liotta is.
No.
Kids don't know that. Kids won't.
Does he really have a honey? Is there a Ray Liotta honey? Is that a thing?
No. But you don't need to add real life Ray Liotta into this kids movie, you know?
Yeah.
Kids won't get the homages to The Graduate. Kids aren't going to relate to a young man unsure about his career. Like, what the hell, Jerry Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm.
Why was this movie made? You know?
Yeah. And how can he live in B society all of his life and apparently not know anything about how B society works?
Yeah. Yeah. This whole film just literally makes no sense.
I mean,
and then,
everybody does the same thing every day. You'd think somebody would have mentioned it to him.
Yeah. And then John Goodman shows up during the court scene to be like the evil Southern judge. But then he was the good guy, and Jerry Seinfeld's Barry B. Benson is actually the bad guy because he almost destroys society.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So it's like, what's the point of this film? Why does this movie exist?
Mm-hmm.
It's so confusing. I'm so confused by this film. So anyway, this is how this movie came about. So the NBC show Seinfeld ran for 9 goddamn seasons.
Yes.
And I think of Seinfeld.
We call those the Dark Ages.
Yeah. I think of Seinfeld whenever TV shows are canceled quickly. Because the first season of Seinfeld fucking sucked. It was only like 5 episodes. Originally, it was called the Seinfeld Chronicles. The first season was fucking horrible, and everyone said, you should cancel this. But NBC had faith in the show, and they had faith in Jerry Seinfeld, and they stuck with it. Whereas nowadays, they will cancel a show after 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He is just somebody that he pissed me off even in his stand-up acts before having gotten to Seinfeld. That's why I didn't give much of a damn about watching Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know? Like, can you believe they're still working on Tide? You know? Remember he used to do that whole bit, and he just pissed me off with the line, maybe if you have problems with bloodstains, you have more serious problems than with Tide. Yeah, like your fucking period, you moron.
Yeah.
No, bloodstains is a real laundry issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I just went to the store and I saw sugarless chocolate. Who's that for? It's for diabetics. That's who it's for. Yeah. So, but yeah, they will cancel a show very quickly nowadays. And if they did that to Seinfeld, then the TV comedy landscape would be very different.
And, you know, and to be honest, I would catch an episode of Seinfeld here and there, and, you know, it was okay. But it was not so okay that I really wish something better was on.
Yeah.
You know?
I was a big fan of Seinfeld for the sole reason that there are 2 full episodes of Seinfeld that revolve around Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We probably discussed them before, but I missed those.
The episode where they are stuck inside of a Chinese restaurant because they just aren't calling their name. In that episode, which is considered like a classic episode, they're waiting to get food before they go and see a showing of Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe we should just go home. You can't go home. This is Plan 9. It's the worst film of all time.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other 8 plans? Why Plan 9? Like I can hear Jerry Seinfeld's fucking voice. And so then, like, the next season, so then they don't go and see the movie. So then the next season, Jerry Seinfeld sees like a poster for Plan 9 on the street. Oh, they're showing Plan 9 again. Come on, Kramer, we got to go see Plan 9. And so Kramer tries to sneak a coffee into the theater. And so when he sits down, he spills coffee all over himself. And then that turns into like this big plot line for like 2 or 3 other episodes. But it all originates from him going to go see Plan 9.
Yeah. But see, now that's exactly, they are some of the people that I was trying to talk about last week who like The Room.
Yes.
Those people don't give a fuck about Plan 9.
No, they do not.
It's just cool to like Plan 9.
Yeah.
But they don't like Plan 9. They just say they like Plan 9 because that's cool.
Yeah. That is very true.
We have to bring back the word posers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good use of it.
They are posers. Just like horror fans who say they really like The Human Centipede. No, you don't. It's a horrible movie. You're a fucking poser.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The Room is a little more difficult. I could see that more of an even mix.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot to hate watching it. It's hard to deny It's hate watchability.
Oh, yeah.
I in no way believe that all the people who say they like The Room like The Room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Because they're fucking posers.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Seinfeld, it was originally called the Seinfeld Chronicles. The first season lasted only 5 episodes. Yada, yada, yada. The show was a major success. And when it ended, people were eagerly awaiting what major project that Jerry Seinfeld would follow it up with. And he did a few things, nothing too major. He was a spokesperson for American Express. He co-created a TV show called The Marriage Ref with his fellow stand-up comic Joe Papa.
Yeah.
And he did a lot more stand-up. Yada, yada, yada. Then he announced a big-time movie, DreamWorks, they were already riding high. They had done 3 successful ass Shrek movies and a Madagascar, which was huge. They decided to spend over $150 million on a Jerry Seinfeld animated movie for kids. That's a lot of money. So I am assuming that most of that budget just went to casting and buying Jerry Seinfeld more cars and or coffee. They really pushed this movie hard, too. They thought it was basically the second coming of Shrek, for shit's sake.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld did a crap ton of press for it. He did
Wasn't there something about him dating an underage girl right around that same time, though?
I believe so, yes. I do believe. I believe that, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld did a series of live-action commercials that were a big-ass deal, and it's like him and Chris Rock, and they're dressed like their characters, and they're trying to do a scene on a giant windshield as they're spraying windshield wiper fluid on them. There was even a whole episode of 30 Rock that centered around Jerry Seinfeld and fucking B-Movie. There was a 30 Rock episode, for shit's sake. It's a great episode, though. I love that episode. That's where they come up with Seinfeld Vision, where they can computer generate Jerry Seinfeld into their popular shows. So the movie came out. B-Movie came out. It cost $150 million to make, and they spent so much freaking money on ads, on advertising this goddamn film. The film made, and this is both domestic and international, okay?
Okay.
Made $287 million in theaters.
What did it cost?
It cost $150 million to make, and it made $287 million in theaters. But when you consider how much they spent to advertise this piece of crap, if it made any money, it made maybe $50.
Huh.
You know, it barely made anything. So, like so many movies that we have done here on the podcast, like so very, very many movies that we've done on the podcast, DreamWorks put it all on the line with Jerry Seinfeld and B-Movie. B-Movie bombed, so that should have been it. But then, in 2015, B-Movie started a new life on the internet.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a Room sort of thing, like a shtick. Like it's like this is a bad movie and it's fun to make fun of it. The way it first started was, for whatever, as a prank, people would post the entire script of B-Movie on Facebook. And apparently doing so, it's so much fucking text. It's literally just a massive block of every line in the film. Doing so causes certain phones and tablets to crash.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And which is why I did that a few hours ago.
I noticed that.
Yeah. I found a website, and it's just, here, copy this and paste it onto your Facebook page. It will either crash people's phones or just piss people off. Either way, have fun.
So it's a modern spam has risen from the grave.
Yeah, kind of.
Because do you remember the origin of spam?
I believe it's primarily made of horses and dogs.
You're close. When the internet was new, back when it was still like Usenet and email and IRC, you know?
Yeah.
No web or anything yet. Your email box was a very little thing. And it was not meant for writing your life story or anything like that. You would shoot somebody a quick message. You know, that's what email was for. But if somebody pissed you off, you sent them the Monty Python spam routine that clogged their box.
You go.
And you would have to get the administrator to clear your box.
Yeah.
So you would basically take down their email with Monty Python spam. And that is where the word spam comes from.
Yeah.
And why we call that spam. So that sounds exactly how B-movie is being used.
Yeah, basically. Hold on a second. I want to try one of your lines here. Hey, honey. I'm the administrator. Do you want me to clear your box for you? She just gave me the eyes. It didn't work. I was hoping it would work.
There's nothing you can do to make IT sexy.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But I did
I mean, we call them fucking floppy disks, for Christ's sakes. You know, you're starting from a deficit position there.
Yeah, that's not too hot. But I did find it interesting the way that the B-movie would scroll. I found interesting. So I copied and pasted it onto my Facebook. What I originally tried to do was just copy and paste it onto the Messenger app and send it directly to you, but it wouldn't let me do it. It only got like about half of the script, and then it gave up.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well then let's just put it on my Facebook page and see what happens. So I put it on my Facebook page. It is a massive thing. If you're looking at Facebook on a browser, then it's just this massive block of text that you got to scroll through. But if you do it on a phone, then it can fuck with certain phones. And the thing that I found interesting is that when someone would like it on my Facebook, when someone would like that on Facebook, and then it gives me a notification that, like, Deborah Whedon liked this post. So I click on that to show me the post, to show me her like. What happens is my tablet, which I'm using right now, it's Natasha's tablet, but my tablet, I gave you credit. My tablet will have to scroll through the entire script in order to get to the tiny part at the end that shows the like.
Yes.
And it's so weird to see the entire script of B-movie scroll by automatically. Really is really weird. Really, it's like the opening to Star Wars on meth. So that's fun. I'm fucking with people on Facebook. Then in 2016, this is where B-movie really got popular. In 2016, someone created a video. And the original video isn't around anymore, but there's a shit ton of copycats because this became really popular last year. Someone created a video where it's the entire film B-movie, but every time someone says the word B, the film goes faster.
Yes, I don't think I've ever watched it, but I've seen them go by me.
Yeah, it's only like 7.5 minutes long. So this video became so fucking huge before it was removed from YouTube. Now there's copycats, but the original was seen over 17 million times until it was removed.
Nice.
And that started a trend, and now there are all these things where it's like a Shrek, but every time there's a fart, it goes faster. B-movie, but every time someone says B, the entire B-movie plays. That's another one. I saw one today, B movie, but every word B is replaced by the N word. That's one I saw this morning. And there's one bizarre one where like a B movie, but every time you say the word B, the film gets harder to see.
Okay.
So it gets to the point that like 15 minutes into it, it basically looks like a Hunter S. Thompson fever dream. There's a shit ton of these, and the weird thing is that Maxwell will be on YouTube and he'll go, "Oh look, B movie, I want to watch this." Maxwell has seen B movie, but every time they say B, it gets faster. He's seen that like 20 times. He thinks it's hilarious. Daddy, look, the movie's going so fast, and it's just become B movie has become kind of popular now. It's become a popular thing to make fun of.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It started off a new life on the internet as just, kind of a fun film for young, computer savvy YouTubers to shit on.
And it deserves it. It definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shed a tear.
Oh, and there are shirts. There are shirts too, where you can purchase a shirt and in very small print, it's the entire B movie script.
Oh God.
Hold on a second. Emerald just showed me a picture of a video. The entire Ice Age pentology, but every syllable is replaced with the entire Toy Story trilogy. But every second that the color green is in the frame, it is replaced with every video ever uploaded on YouTube. But every 10 seconds, every episode of The Simpsons plays. But every word with a vowel is replaced with the B movie. But every time a B is shown, it is replaced with every episode of SpongeBob played backwards.
How long is it?
I think it's fake, but that shows you the sort of thing that's happening now on YouTube. Yeah, I also saw one today, B movie, but the color yellow is removed. That was another one I saw this morning.
Okay.
Or B movie, but without the bees. That was another one I saw. It's basically about the girl who owns the flower shop and her relationship with her jerk boyfriend.
Yes.
So that was a good one too. But yeah, B movie is kind of popular now. But
yeah, and dude, your girlfriend is dating a bee now. Time to admit something went wrong.
Yeah, can they do it? I'm a bit confused by this.
I'm thinking it has to require scuba gear. I can't
Scuba
see
gear.
any other way.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on, Natasha's chiming in here. We're talking about sex, so we got her attention.
No, it's not sex that got my attention. It's strange arrangement of sex.
I don't know, if you focus on the clitoris.
And he flapped his wings and wouldn't he vibrate a little bit at
Yeah.
least, and that might be more.
Yeah.
Or he could stand there and use his wings.
Yeah.
That might work.
Yeah. Yeah. So according to sexology expert Natasha,
yeah,
B human sex is entirely possible.
Okay. But you know something else? We fucking do know goddamn well how bees fly. I am tired of hearing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a bit ridiculous.
I don't have the formula in front of me, but it exists.
Yeah.
We know how bees fly.
And I'm not exactly sure why, but anytime I see like a group of flowers, I always automatically like hear myself in Jerry Seinfeld's voice at the end of the film. For whatever reason, every time I see like a group of flowers, I automatically just bees, flowers, pollen. Like that's an automatic for me now. Maxwell, come here. Maxwell, come here. Maxwell used to watch. There was a period in time of maybe about a year where every day Maxwell had to watch the B movie. There were some times where Maxwell would watch the B movie and then it was done and I was like, well, it's over, Maxwell. Do you want me to put anything else on? And he would go, yeah, can you put on B movie? I'm like, really? You just finished watching B movie? Yeah, I want to watch it again. I like B movie. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, there's worse things you could be seeing,
Yeah.
I guess. You know? I mean, my son is not doing the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a callback to sex dolls. So Maxwell, you have seen the movie B movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
About the bees, Daddy.
It's about dead bees? It's not about dead bees.
Oh, do you know why I like it?
Yes, that's what I would like to know.
Because there's bees and honey.
Because there's bees and honey. Okay, gotcha. That's a good answer.
So he's just a bee and honey fan?
Watch the bee movie.
Well, it's getting kind of late, Max, so I don't think you can watch the B movie right now. Maybe tomorrow when you wake up, I'll put B movie on for you. Or maybe I'll just put a B movie. Do you want to watch Attack of the Puppet People?
No.
No? Are you sure?
That's a damn shame, Max.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's about a mad scientist who shrinks a bunch of teens. Teen shrinkage.
Get it together. What's wrong?
Speaking of shrinkage, fuck this B movie. Right there. Seinfeld. And then Jerry Seinfeld has like a popular show now, but can you really call an 11-minute cracked series popular?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
No.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld hosted the successful 11-minute long cracked show. Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Yeah, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
You're doing the same shit we would do, except you're getting money because you're Jerry Seinfeld, not because it's good.
Yeah. I don't have a plot breakdown for this movie because fuck this movie.
Yeah, the hell with it.
Bees!
It was just a string of things that really didn't make any sense, and then it ended.
Yeah. The part that really makes me uncomfortable is when Barry Benson ends up on the windshield where he meets Chris Rock, who plays the mosquito, whose name is Blood.
Yeah.
Already, right there, that's kind of a bit racist. But beyond that, they start talking with each other, and Barry says, oh, well, why don't you find yourself a nice mosquito girl and settle down? Oh, mosquito girls are always trying to trade up, trying to get themselves a dragonfly. Mosquito girl don't want to be with no mosquito. It's like, okay, now this is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about race in by the makers of Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Again, Jerry, this is a movie for kids. Okay? You need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Dude was not
Dial it back just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Odd fucking film.
Kids come home from the movies. Daddy, what are the Black Panthers?
Yeah. Yeah. And there is no company that makes honey where the workers are cackling about how stupid bees are.
Yeah, yeah. And
that part also really upsets me.
And that whole plot line was like, are you fucking kidding? Are you gonna try to guilt me out of eating goddamn honey now?
Yeah.
Seriously, can we do anything? Anything at all?
Yeah. Without being shamed by the perverse liberal left.
Goddamn right. What are they doing with the honey anyway?
Yeah. They make the honey, and we get the money. Stupid dumb bees.
What are
Like,
bees gonna do with money?
Yeah, there is no conversation. You're gonna be a star? Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. It's so stupid. Our son is going to be a star. You're gonna be a star? There's that whole scene that's directly lifted from The Godfather where he's in the pool. He's floating in the pool with his sunglasses on, and his parents are trying to talk to him because he's, I've heard you've been going out of the hive, spending time with humans. You need to work on your career. What happened to starring? And he finally just gets off of the flotation device and starts sinking in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the honey. Thank you, honey. Honey. You see what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
I called you honey, because this movie sucks ass. How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I?
Yes. I would just.
Give me a pun that bad when talking about the B movie?
How dare
I?
I was just playing. I love you. Maxwell, are you coming here to say goodnight? Okay, say goodnight to me. Thank you. Say goodnight to Bunny.
Good night, Bunny.
Come over here. Come over here. Say goodnight to Bunny.
Good night. Good night, Maxwell.
Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss. Give the podcast a kiss. Thank you. The podcast says goodnight to you. And I hope you have happy dreams. Dream of large women.
Yes.
Speaking of Carrie Elways.
Yes.
Did you see today they released a preview for the new Saw movie? They're rebooting the Saw franchise.
I did not see it. It's a reboot?
Yeah, it's technically a reboot. Like, they find this woman and she's killed, and they say, is there any indication of the killer on the body? Yes, someone cut a jigsaw piece from the side of the woman's face, and then they're like, but the jigsaw murderer has been dead for 10 years. It can't be him. It can't be. But then all of these elaborate murder traps keep getting set, and all these people are in this game. It's basically another Saw movie, except without Tobin Bell as the jigsaw murderer.
Yeah.
Because this is or any other recognizable people in the franchise. It's essentially a reboot. It's a sequel, but a reboot sequel. It's a reboot-quel.
Yeah. He is another person that I heard on the convention circuit is really pretty much a douchebag.
Really?
Yeah. He'll sit and sign autographs, but he listens to his at the time when I was hearing it, he listens to his iPod the whole time.
Huh.
Like, no, dude. People are paying you good money to spend a couple of minutes kissing your ass.
Yeah.
Get that fucking thing out of your head. Talk to the people. You're charging them $50 for you to scroll your name on a picture.
Yeah.
Nobody wants your fucking picture. They want to say that they love your movies.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
I love that picture that I saw of some guy getting Brent Spiner to sign a picture of C-3PO.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, here's something you might not know. If you If you pay Brent Spiner $40, he will sign anything. He might not be happy with it, but he will sign anything. And it's him, and it's a picture of Brent Spiner being so fucking upset and angry, but still signing an autograph on a picture of C-3PO. I love that.
Yeah.
Freaking love that.
And I heard that Brett Spiner toward the coming into the movies, he got to be pretty much a douchebag too.
Yeah, well, the last 2 or 3 Star Trek movies were pretty much all him, you know?
Yeah.
Especially that last one where he's dead and he has a clone or a whatever, I don't know. But yeah, no. Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis. Star Trek Nemesis. Fuck that movie.
No, don't make her scream.
I'm not even sure if I've ever seen that one.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible. Yeah, it's okay if you didn't. But that's all I got. You got anything?
It sucked. It sucked.
Yeah.
The animation wasn't even good.
No, it was not. It was a clunky ass film, which is weird because they spent $150 million on this thing. So I'm assuming that most of that money just went to Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, if we were going to go on a scale from 1 to 10, okay, out of Leo the Lion, Food Fight, and B Movie, I would have to give B Movie a 4.
Yeah.
Food Fight a 3, and then Leo the Lion a 1.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
But that's the company it's running with.
Yeah.
For the animation in this thing.
Yeah, no, it's pretty horrible looking. It is pretty goddamn horrible looking.
And they weren't even good looking bees. I mean, maybe make him look a little bit more like Jerry Seinfeld, maybe. I don't know. Just winging it here. That might be an idea.
And is it possible to get Jerry Seinfeld out of New York?
I don't know.
I just realized that.
It might be a restraining order thing.
There's a good point. He might have an ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
For all I know, he's been raping people in Philadelphia.
But no, not a good movie. Not a good movie not even a good enough movie to mock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It mocks itself. It doesn't need our help.
Yeah. No, it's not that great. It's not that great, to be honest with you. It's not that great of a film. Yeah. But next week on the podcast, we are going to be talking about the most popular things to hate in each state.
Yes.
I have a very wonderful story about wild turkey. What is that, whiskey? Is it whiskey?
Bourbon. Yeah.
It's bourbon, okay. We're going to be talking about the film Begotten. I have a whole story about how I discovered the film Begotten that I'm really excited to talk about.
Okay.
It's a nice story.
Thank you. We're going to be talking about, we're going to have another notes from the bookstore. Homework next week is, and again, I apologize for this, but the 30-minute long instructional video, You on Kazoo. I have the story.
Shoot me that link.
I absolutely will.
He apologizes, but he's really not sorry.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And next week, honey, you know what movie we're doing next week? I'm so excited. You can see it in my face.
I can. You're smiling really big.
Yeah. Song of the South.
Song of the South.
Song of the South.
Wow.
Or,
wait,
as I like...
available for viewers, listeners, to get really easy?
Archive.org. It's available there.
I don't know. Last time we talked about it years ago. It wasn't something that was so easily found.
Yeah, now it's on archive.org.
Until we found
It's on archive.org, and I think even that's probably a fluke.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that should not have been on archive.org. That's why I wanted to grab it as soon as possible. Like, I started downloading it, and then I told you about it.
Yeah.
You know? Because I was like, this could go at any moment. And it's kind of funny that this happened, because I had just... An article passed me by. You know, something that I just kind of saw the headline on. Something like Whoopi Goldberg has something to do with Disney now, and she is pushing for the re-release of Song of the South, saying something like Disney needs to own up to its history.
Yeah, I scrolled past that article as well.
Yeah, I didn't actually stop and read it, but that makes it very strange that it suddenly popped up on archive.org.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see this film. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Eleanor, turn around. I'm trying to put you in your seat. That was difficult, Eleanor. That was really difficult. Okay, there you go. I'm really excited about this film. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, I'm assuming.
Neither have I. But I do remember watching it as a kid, thinking to myself, I don't think this is how it was.
I remember like being like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old and seeing this on TV.
Yeah.
And it would be like a UHF station, like on a Sunday at like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I remember watching this film, and it would be on TV, and they would show it because it was a Disney animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being freaked out when they announced Splash Mountain. I'm like, how can you spend a massive amount of money on a ride based on a movie that you won't let anyone see? That makes no fucking sense. And now everyone loves Splash Mountain. It's everybody's like favorite ride. But they're hiding the film this ride is based on. That makes no fucking sense. If you won't show Song of the South, why did you make Splash Mountain?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot to talk about next week.
I remember having the same kind of feeling for Gone with the Wind, the beginning of Gone with the Wind, being like, man, I don't think slaves were just that happy.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm somehow doubting this. Everybody seems so cheerful. But regardless of race, gender, anything, religion, every now and then, every human on the face of the planet finds themselves going, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a. You just can't fucking help it.
Again,
you just can't help it. It's like the happiest song in the world.
Again, one of Disney's most famous songs is from a movie they won't let anyone see.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
These things make no sense. Song of the South is one of those things that you would see for like, you would find a grainy version of for $30 at a comic book convention.
Yeah.
Oh, Song of the South, banned Disney movie. Can't find it anywhere. $35.
Uncle Remus is always just so nice and happy and cheerful and loving until you mention the whiplashes on his back.
Yeah.
Then shit gets real with Uncle Remus.
Yeah. Disney is hiding all of this. Like, didn't they win an Oscar for that shit?
I'm sure they did. And I'm sure it was hailed as something like, finally, the true representation of the South in all its glory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Song of the South, or as I like to call it, what Paula Deen sees when she closes her eyes.
Exactly. This Paula Deen got in trouble for wanting to have that wedding. And the wedding that she wanted to have was basically Song of the South.
Yeah.
She had to have darkies who would dance.
Yeah.
So it should be a fun episode.
Yeah, no, next week is going to be a good episode. And you know what?
I mean, look how much we got already. We haven't watched the movie yet.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the film yet. But I will say, I think this has been a great episode.
I think this has been a great episode.
No, I concur with your belief there, Bunny.
So until next week, I am Bunny Williams.
And I am Reverend Steve saying thanks for listening, and we will see you next week, you godless heathens. Do 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 do. Cut and print.
Zippity-dee-dah, my, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-dee-dah, zippity-yay.
Out of the singing heart of the Old South come the timeless tales of Uncle Remus, forever fresh and new, sparkling with enchanting fantasy. This is motion picture storytelling at its best.
Well, sir, once upon a time, not your time, nor yet my time, but one time, I was going fishing.
Good morning. Good morning, girls.
Here is entertainment, so refreshing, so heart-lifting, so satisfactual, you'll want to see it again and again. You'll meet Brer Rabbit, that bright little rascal who loves to live dangerously. You'll meet that crafty, frustrated villain, Brer Fox, forever scheming to catch and cook Brer Rabbit.
Dinner's going to be ready in a minute now. All you have to do is put a few more sticks on the fire, get the fire going good.
You'll meet Brer Bear, big, bumbling, and not overly bright. Yes, Walt Disney's Song of the South has all this and more. And there is Walt Disney's cartoon fun to give you that zippity-doo-dah feeling.
How do you do?
Fine, how are you?
How you come on?